Big Show.
Yeah.
MONDAYSUCKS. Way down south, where the mugwumps go to hang from trees and play banjo, you got some who own a station on newfangled radio. Now as North Carolina goes, Raleigh's a big city, you know, and that's where the Beasleys had to go for Jolly Riley Joe. A new GM, he'll do what he can, shake your hand like a friend, then quickly walk away. They had Joe go to 560 with ratings in the toilet bowl to get those flaming sport homos in order and control. And then so Jolly Raleigh Joe, a buckular and in the know, he lets Mo go, and here's what blows, gives Geldy his own show. He'll make a big change and rearrange. It's worse or the same, he hasn't done a thing. For what goes on the air at 2, Joe don't have a stinking clue about a format that essentially blows sport hole radio. The GM of 560, Jolly Raleigh Joe.
Rock solid.
I'll tell you one thing. Every male in America is all excited about Tropical Storm Alberto. You want to know why?
Why?
Because that means CNN's going to be having a lot more Rob Marciano on the air. The stuff that I just found on the internet, man, I'm going to tell you. Why don't they just put one big banner on there? Just sign it.
I have no life.
My God. Get a life already, okay? Stop in a fantasy land. It's one thing to look and say, hey, that's pretty interesting. But it's another thing like to have to go online and
Yeah, it gives them something to do, man.
Get something of substance, man. Yeah, I saw that thing, too, on Dateline again last night. It was on MSNBC, so they must have repeated it later on in the night.
Yes, they did.
And they're, obsessed with this. And the interesting part of it is, to prove how much they're accomplishing, is that most of these guys, not most of them, but several of the guys that they entrapped in there, they said, well, have you seen me before on Dateline? We're doing a series on, I've seen you. So obviously they're really discouraging people, right?
Yeah, right.
At any rate. We'll let you know when Rob Marciano's on CNN, all you queens out there, all you desperate queens that want to take a peek. You know, before we talk about yesterday, the weekend poll, the Sun Sentinel has got their own poll on there over the weekend. Also, Rick Shaw, congratulations this Friday, 50 years in radio business. How do you like that? And boy, that Tom Jicka, he's got a column on there. I'm going to read it. Goes on for 5 million words.
It's a lie. I am not a Nazi.
He even says that on there. So nice going. Ricky Tiki Shaw would tip our own cap. I wonder what he's got under that cap. Probably a lot of mung from all the years that he's been wearing that thing. 50 years in the business, not in South Florida, of course. But it's over 40, I believe. Anyway, so the Sun Sentinel's taking this poll. How closely are you following the Heat now that they're this bandwagon effect is going on? 7,618 votes on the Sun Sentinel poll. And I think the results are very revealing. Too bad our programming people aren't paying attention to things like this. 33.6% say I'll watch all the games and read the news coverage. That's about a third. 18.7% say I'll watch some of the games and read the news coverage. But 13.5% say I'll read the news to see who won, but won't watch any of the games. So that's that's not really much interest, right? Even I look to see who won a game.
Right, yeah.
And 34.2% said I don't follow basketball. So if you take those last two categories and put them together, you got 47.6, almost 50% out of 7,618 vote. Almost 50% have little or no interest in the Heat. So once again, we proved that narrowcasting really pays off.
Nah.
But at any rate, I mean, just on and on and on. Plus, they got their ass kicked last night, you know?
Yeah. Bad.
Did I get that wrong?
Oh, no, you got that right.
I mean, I saw that score. It looked to me like they got their ass whooped big time, and they're down 2-0 in the finals. I just mentioned that in passing because a lot of people out there intensive. So that's our poll question today. Who would you rather date, Shaq or Rob Marciano? All you queens out there. I would ask the ladies, but of course we don't have any ladies. They're probably all over there with Joe Rose, all the ladies. Here's the poll question from Friday over the weekend. 1,860 votes. That's not too shabby for our weekend in mid-June, you know.
Not at all.
Not bad at all. Oh, and now we just replayed. Oh, my God. I thought all of a sudden we did a drag routine. My close personal friend Susan Candiotti's out there on the beach, and she was wearing the same orange outfit that Rob Marciano was wearing before. I thought maybe Rob made the total transformation into a lady. Wow. Holy moly, Rob. That's in Clearwater. And, of course, it's only the 12th of June, and you already got the first tropical storm of the season. Nice going. Better you than me. Alberto. Things started going in the toilet at QAM, we asked on Friday, when Joe Rose left. Didn't I just mention Joe Rose?
You did.
See it? 252 people say that when they really screwed him over bad. They lied and lied. They stonewalled and they postponed meetings, and Greg went into his hiding routine again. And then finally they've stuck Stern on here. When Joe Rose left 252, I hate this poll 220, although that's down to 11.8%. When Stern came on 202. So you tie the first and the third one together there, which basically the timing is the same, and you've got, not good news. Things started going in the toilet at QM when they hired Joyce. She was like an afterthought. We added her later, and she came on a very strong fourth. If I'd let this thing go another couple of hours, she'd have passed Stern. 195 for Joyce, that bitch. Clueless, honey. When they broke up the first team, 166. I think that really is the right answer when you come right down to it, because that was the beginning of the dilemma that they were never able to solve, and still have it, obviously. When Scott Farrell was fired, 150. Yeah, let's leave him on there a little till we're sure we lost the license. Let's leave him on. There we go. When they went all sports, 135. That's a long time ago. When Hank went to mornings, 123. When Mo was let go. Was that Mr. Howard, 99. When Stern was taken off, 94. When Scott Farrell was hired, 53. When Neil came on, year 46, although I have rumors on that deal. That 20 of those votes were by Robert Grieper and the other 20 by Clarence, and 6 were by 46. When Neil came on, that's when things started going to hell. When Clarence became the PD, 40. When Joe Bell became GM, has got...
He just popped in the door when you said that.
Who was that?
Josh Darrow, Clarence.
Yeah. Oh, according to Norma Kent, he's a very handsome young man.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I have for an agent, okay? He spends this hour and a half or however long they had this meeting on Friday, this breathless meeting. Evidently it was breathless. And his report to me later in the day is that, Clarence is a handsome young man. I said, boy, you better get to an optometrist right away. There are a lot of adjectives I could use for Clarence, but handsome is not one of them, okay? I mean, good God. Talk about desperate, Norma. Go out and pick up some hot runaways and forget about Clarence. Good golly. I wouldn't do him with your... Anyway, when the ticket came on, 21. That's when things started going bad. So only 21, that's 1.1%. The tickets had really a big impact. Not... In fact, that 1.1, that's the number they can relate to. When Screwan got canned, 19. When Greg Reed left, only 8. And when Chris Moron left, 7. So Greg Reed and Chris Moron are wallowing way down there in the bottom. So at any rate, that's obviously Greg created most of the problems. And then they said, hey, that's enough already. A little bit late, Joyce. Here's today's poll so far. I think we'll do that one on the Heat for tomorrow.
I think we should.
Don't you?
Sure.
Because after all, this is all sports radio. Let's find out about the QM people, if they're a little bit, have it up to their ears with and Ira and, who are the other ones we have on all the time? Randy Pafund.
Pat Riley's on
Pat Riley, of course, with that split down, greased back hair.
Kevin.
What's the story, Pat? What's the excuse for these last two, for that last night especially? I mean, the game the other night was at least competitive to the last few seconds.
Yeah, it was.
Last night was a blowout. It was an embarrassment. I like the way Hank says, well, the odds makers haven't given up. They made them 4-point favorites for tomorrow's game. Well, whoopee-doo, They're down 2 games to zip. They're stinking the joint out. Any interest on this show?
No,
I don't care. 720 votes. We got the 1,000 made in the shade. No problem. And by the way, if we do have a UM baseball game tonight, that's news to me because it says I don't have the updated schedule here.
Really, the new one I sent you this morning didn't?
No, it doesn't have didn't have that. Well, what do you mean the new one? I didn't have an old one. That's all I got. It says Curtis 2-4, and then there's like an asterisk on there. I don't know what the asterisk means because it doesn't say. There's an asterisk on there, but generally when there's an asterisk next to something at the bottom of the page, it'll give you like
maybe Curtis is taking those steroids,
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's why Curtis is getting the asterisk. In fact, that's the good news. Curtis is on today. The bad news is he's on every day the rest of the week, every single day. Wow, nice going with that meeting, Norma. Yeah, Josh Darrow. He's a very handsome young man. Oh, what a queen, Norma. What a silly queen. Oh, and then he also tells them that they're going to be getting a letter from him this middle of this week, even though he knows that they're not going to pay any attention to it. That's a guy that's got real clout. I mean, this is a guy that used to be a hellraiser, man. He used to, be a legal maniac. And now it's just like he's wimped out. Curtis 2-4, Mad Dog 4-7. Then we got UM baseball, I guess, huh? And Eddie K after that. UM, and I heard something about Joe Zagacki being in Mississippi, which I think is a good place for him, because everybody knows.
Joe Zagacki sucks, okay?
He said it's a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud. That's what Joe said. 720 votes on the poll. The woman I despise most is... I mean, is this even a contest?
No, I voted twice, and she's winning. So
yeah.
Hands down.
Especially lately, because she's so obnoxious, and there's 8 million articles about her. Everywhere you look. Oh, my God. And the ones that really crack me up are, it's like the Rob Marciano thing, although at least he looks good. Well, of course, get an attractive woman on there, people will pay attention. She's attractive?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. If all women in the world looked like that, every male would be gay. God, give me a break. Anyway, the woman I despise most, Ann Coulter, not even close, 391. She's got more than half. She's got 53.5% of all the vote. Condoleezza, 103. Nasty, hateful bitch. Oh, you know who we left off of here?
Who's that?
Joyce.
Oh, man.
You better add that on there right away. I have a feeling she's going to pull off the same stunt she did Friday, and that's climb, as an afterthought. She climbed up there to a nice fourth. I think she could be right on Ann's ass.
Rightfully so.
Condoleezza, 103. Hillary Clinton, 66. The Ice Princess. In other words, Dyke. Oprah, 42. I wonder about her, too. Not that I care, but that whole Stedman thing. Do you really buy into that? No.
Not really.
She's married to her work. I hate this poll, 36. My ex-wife, 36. Nancy Grace, 24. Phyllis Shoefly, 11. That's because nobody remembers who that is no more. Phyllis Shoefly Pie. My mother-in-law, 11. And Rita... See, I put Rita Crosby, and then Eric put it on there. Her name really is Rita Cosby. But everybody calls her Rita Crosby, so that's what we put on her. And she's only got 10. And that's because most people don't know who she is. 12 minutes past 10 at QAM.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. You get a lot of it. With Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio, WQAM.
Welcome to the World Colt Soccer Championships. I'm Toby Charles.
And I'm Nigel Derby.
Today's match pits the Scientologists of America against the French Ray Aliens. How do you rate this match, Nige?
Well, it should be quite the contest. Celebrity Scientologists against a Raelian squad made up entirely of clones of soccer great Pele.
Both teams have taken the field. The Scientologists will kick off. And we're underway. It's Tom Cruise passing to John Travolta, being marked closely by Pele number 4.
Pele number 6 has slipped.
Tom Cruise is in the clear. And oh, what a lovely ball from Travolta. Cruise a touch to Patrick Swayze. Back to Cruise. He shoots.
It's in the back of the net.
The Scientologists take a quick 1-0 lead. And the Raelians, what is this?
It appears, Toby, the Raelian team has, in true cult fashion, committed mass suicide.
And the fans are loving it. Join us for our next match as the Southwestern Polygamists take on the Deadheads.
Next time on the World Colt Soccer Championships.
Cheerio! 10:17. Now, what time is that U.S. Czech Republic soccer game for the World Cup?
That's a nooner.
Was that at noon?
Yes.
Are we going to be carrying that or what? Because I think there's probably just as much interest in that as there is in some of those things. Now, did we get an update on that baseball game?
No, we did not.
Oh. Do we have a third person sitting in there with us today?
No, we do not.
Oh. Excellent job. Nice meeting there, Norma. You really get the job done. She is really something. In fact, wouldn't surprise me if a lot of those postings on the web, on the internets about Rob Marciano, probably from Norma. Silly queen. Leonard Pitts, Jr. in the Baltimore Sun. I guess probably is syndicated in the Herald, too, but he writes for the Baltimore Sun now. Oh, I see. No, wait a minute. He's still a columnist for the Herald, and his column appears Sundays in the Baltimore Sun. He writes this weekend, apparently it's news that Ann Coulter is a nasty piece of work. I had rather thought that it was the attraction, at least for those people who find her attractive. See, there we go again. So forgive me for being mildly mystified by recent headlines about her most recent spasm of trash mouth, i.e. her attack on 4 women who lost their husbands in the 9/11 terrorist attacks. But then the attack is vicious even by Miss Coulter's standards. In her latest book, whose title you won't read here, she savages the widows as self-obsessed and witches. These broads are millionaires, she writes, lionized on TV and in articles about them, reveling in their status as celebrities and stalked by grieferazzis. I've never seen people enjoying their husband's death so much. Evidently, the widow sins her that they pushed for an independent commission to investigate 9/11 intelligence failures. They're critical of the Bush administration, and they endorse Senator John Kerry for president. The nerve of them. Ms. Coulter's tirade is drawn bipartisan condemnation. New York Democratic Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton called it vicious, while the state's Republican Governor George Pataki declared Ms. Coulter far worse than insensitive. But come on, this is all part of the shtick for this chick. I mean, she's a chick with shtick. I mean, we're talking about the woman who said that Tim McVeigh's only mistake was not blowing up the New York Times building and that we should invade Muslim countries, kill their leaders, and convert the people to Christianity. Frankly, it's easy to do what Ms. Coulter does. Just say the most outrageous thing in the most inflammatory way. Just give moral and mental cover to that small-minded, anti-intellectual strain of the electorate that recoils like Superman in the face of kryptonite from complexity and incertitude. And when people call you on it, just wrap yourself in their flag and declare yourself a straight-shooting conservative under siege by that mean old liberal media. It plays like gangbusters in Peoria, and never mind that it's a brazen lie. Ann Coulter is not reviled because she's conservative. Some of the best and most respected pundits in the country are conservative. George Will, Kathleen Parker, Charles Krauthammer, just to name three. They offer smart, snarky, cogent analyses of the world and national events, and if you disagree with them, not as I infrequently do, you'll be required to do some mental heavy lifting to dismantle their arguments because they challenge you. No, Miss Coulter is reviled because she's mean, malicious, the barbed wire front woman for a cabal of bloviators, bully boys and blowhards, Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly, Michael Savage, and too many others, who are pleased to regard themselves as the guardians of conservatism's soul. Conservatism's soul should sue for slander. But again, it plays in Peoria, and why not? It's loud, simple, and stupid, not unlike the Jerry Springer Show. The nation's political discourse has never been as polite and decorous as we'd like to think. Abraham Lincoln's political foes called him a baboon. Lyndon Johnson once said that Gerald Ford played too much football without a helmet, which I think he had a good point. When, however, even widows become fair game for viperous Heridan with an axe to grind and books to sell, maybe decent people should wonder at the lines we've crossed and the type of nation we've become in the process. Ms. Coulter's victims, by the way, felt compelled to release a statement. It said in part, contrary to Ms. Coulter's statements, there was no joy in watching men that we loved burn alive. There was no happiness in telling our children that their fathers were never coming home again. In a better nation, that would go without saying. Says your buddy Leonard Pitts. Nice going, Leonard. You go, man. I would say you go, boy, but that would be like construed as a racial thing, and I don't want to do that. Now, is Joyce getting a little something here or what? Come on, let's have a little something for Joyce. She's got 3 votes out of 769. We got to 1,000, so I think we do the World Cup game at noon. Is that really on at noon?
Yes, 11:55, I believe to be exact.
All right. Any interest? Now, I'll confess I did watch like the last 5 minutes of the Netherlands, whoever they played yesterday, some country that doesn't exist anymore, Mogadishu or whoever it was, Somalia, I don't know. And
did you see a goal, did you?
No. Oh, no, there was the goal was already scored early in the game, I guess, because that was the only one. No, I got to see all those people in their orange shirts, all those Dutch people, a sea of orange. And the one thing about when you watch soccer matches, whether it's the World Cup or any other soccer match, you hear in the stands all through the game, the whole time. It just goes on. It's a steady, almost like it's a recording. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The crowd in unison are going, and they're not saying like, let's go Holland or let's go Germany or Deutschland über alles. They're all just making that same sound. I don't know what that is.
So many chants going on at those
Is
games.
that what it is?
I think that's what it is, yeah.
I see. Well, I find it incredibly ponderous and boring, and I can't even begin to tell you. Oh, my God.
Hey, well, those soccer hooligans don't.
Yeah, well, good for them. It's a bunch of crap. At any rate, Tom Jicker writes a 50-million-word peon to Ricky Tiki Shaw. Nice going, Ricky. See, he's an important guy, Rick Shaw. When I get 30 years on the air in Miami, Tom Jicker doesn't write a word. You know, just 30 years on the air doesn't, you don't get written up in the newspaper for that. At least not by little Tommy, who, of course, plays favorites now. And because of the fact that I've outed him for writing nothing about besides pup pieces about TV shows, he's pissed off at me, so he won't write nothing about it. And that's fine. That's fine. Did a nice job on the 20th anniversary, nice one on the 25th, and I'm sure that's the end. Because I'm sure not going to make no 50 years in broadcasting. In fact, what have I got now? 40. I'll come close, though.
Hey, go for it, man. Go for it.
40. I got 46. 46 years in the business since I was 17 years old. Okay? So that means I got 2 to go on this deal. So that's 48. So if I had a 2-year extension, that would be 50 years in the business. I would only do that if Tom Jicker promises to write a long column about it. By that time, he'll probably get canned anyway. What do you think? Think I should extend 2 more years if Tom will write a column?
Good luck to you.
Not in this station, though. Not for these people.
Get that pirate station.
Thanks, by the way, Clarence, for the help in the studio today. Thanks for the fact that the studio was discombobulated again because of UM baseball. See, I knew there had to be some reason that I wasn't getting the feed. What time was UM playing yesterday? Did they play a game yesterday?
Yes, they did.
Uh-huh. Because it was that time that I stopped getting the feed, the program from there, up here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you came in this morning and found everything. Don't start lying like George does now and start pretending that everything was like all, out of sync and all the settings were all screwed up.
All right, well, let me lie then, because it was real clean in here.
It was a nightmare, as usual. You just can't do it, Clarence, because you just don't care, because what do we have to do on this show with, that's it. You silly goose, you. And by the way, oh, my God, Norma says he's a handsome young man. Seriously,
I don't know what to think about that.
I've stepped in things in my backyard that looked better than Claire, with all due respect, you know? That looked better than that. Tom Jicker writes, we danced with him, we cruised with him, we smooched with him. I never cruised with him. The soundtrack to life in South Florida seemingly always included DJ Rick Shaw. I think it's a little bit too long to start now because it goes on and on. If you don't care about Rick Shaw, you better tune out.
Rick Shaw.
See, he even had his own jingle on QAM. I'm sure he had a whole bunch of jingles. That's the only one I can find right now, which I find a little bit bizarre. I got jingles for people who haven't been on the station in 100 years and some who were never on the station. Where the hell is that one for Ed Berliner? There's always...
The Florida Marlins. Ed Kaplan. Dave Lamont. The Florida Gators. WQAM Press Box. Sports Radio Weekend on 560 WQAM.
Good God, man.
Yeah, they paid for those.
Drilling a hole in my head here.
Wow, they paid for those, man. That's a package.
Yeah, it's a package, all right.
Yeah, that's what Rob Marciano's got.
I think I saw him in Naples. No.
At a gay bar. There's some posting on there, and then, of course, there's things on there about how he used to be married, and now he's dating some hot chick who works at CNN. You've got whatever you want him to be, that's what he is, according to the fantasies of the maniacs on the Internet. I'm telling you, some of the stuff you find on there, it's mind-boggling, and it's scary. It's really scary. So if you wonder about those pedophiles that are like cruising for little kids there on the Internet, why should you be surprised at anything you find on there? Because that's one thing the Internet has given the world, is access to some of the most desperate...
I have no life.
...creatures crawling on the face of the globe. Okay, we'll get the Ricky Ticky thing going. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people calling in with tributes to Rick Shaw during the show today. WQAM Rick Shaw line.
Yeah, how come you don't cross anymore with Hank?
What, beg your pardon?
Today?
What kind of a phony accent is this?
What?
I said, what kind of a phony accent is this?
It's not funny accent at all.
Where are you?
That's my accent.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Romania.
Transylvania? Romania? Yeah, go back and give Bella a big kiss for us.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. QAM, where the action is.
Taylor had a bad day, people finally awoke. They figured out that he was really a joke. Didn't like the gray hair or his white guy dance. It's hard to believe he ever had a chance. He had a bad day, how'd he get this far? Simon was right, he should be singing in bars. Hicks had a bad day. He had a bad day.
Oh, that's Boynton Beach on here. You watching that? Coast Guard boat carrying 9 people apparently sank off the coast of Boynton Beach.
So we have strong hopes right now, and we're looking to find these people alive and well and return them to their families.
What kind of boat were they on?
They were on a 33-foot Grady White. I don't know like the exact what model it was, but it was a Grady White.
Now you mentioned hypothermia. Let's talk about the conditions.
Okay, well there you go. Get her off of my screen, Mrs. Limbaugh. She makes me sick. Anyway, to answer that setup call that we had a minute ago, our first call with the phony voice. Here's the answer to the question, because I don't wanna. Here's Tom Jicka's column. He says, this is how long Rick Shaw's been in radio. The station he's worked for since 1995, Magic, bills itself as a golden oldie station. But its playlist contains almost none of the songs popular the day Shaw got his first job in radio. They're too old. Shaw has hung with the Beatles, flown with the Blue Angels, and notched a half-century in a business where some careers have the shelf life of a top 40 single. He all owes it to a guy who didn't show up for work. It'll be 50 years this Friday. Oh! God, you old Rick. It'll be 50 years Friday that a high school senior named Jim Hummel, he wouldn't become Rick Shaw for a few years, walked into a small radio station in East St. Louis, Illinois. His English teacher was a part-time DJ, and Hummel had a teen's natural curiosity about what went on at a radio station. Oh, you don't want to know. As luck would have it, the guy who read the news didn't show up. You can read, can't you, his teacher asked. A career was born. The general manager, impressed at how professionally the young man had handled himself, offered him $1 an hour, good money in those days, to read the news after school. Shaw became a DJ in almost the same way. Somebody called in sick. The general manager asked if he wanted to fill in. He didn't have to ask twice. I knew going home that day that I was going to do with my life, Shaw said. For a while it seemed he would live the gypsy life of so many in the profession, drifting from market to market. East St. Louis led to Omaha, then to Denver, all within 4 years. Then Jim Hummel got to Miami and became Rick Shaw. See, there used to be like all these Johnny Darks and rickshaws. Once upon a time, everybody had like some fake name in this business, like
Neil, God,
like that.
Right.
But I mean, seriously, there were like package names. Everybody had some contrived name. Then there were like 500 people with the same name. Rick Shaw, that's clever. Then general manager of then WCKR, the precursor to today's WIOD, had that strange stage name in his mind for years, but never found someone he thought was right for it, Shaw said. I introduced myself as Jim Hummel, and he said, "No, you're not. You're Rick Shaw." Desperate to escape the cold of Denver, he left Jim Hummel behind when he came to Miami, and Rick Shaw has been here ever since. How come it doesn't say what year that was? Does it say what year it was? Pretty weak story here, Tom.
Shocking.
My God. 3 years later, he jumped to WQAM AM 560, the hottest station in the market. Oh, I remember those days. Rock was booming, WQAM was the in station, and Shaw was its main man. You know who used to say main man? FM was around, but nobody was listening to it, Shaw said. At one point, the rating services credited him with a 54 audience share, meaning he had more listeners than all the other stations in the market combined.
Oh, my God.
A 54 share. My God, we got people on this station that only wish they could get a 2 share, especially 2 to 4. He was the personality the kids listened to while they did their homework, cruised in their cars, and did other things young people do. He was hosting a reunion for the Fort Lauderdale High School class of 1965 a few years ago when a longtime fan pulled him aside on a hotel rooftop. He told me I was the honorary godfather of his daughter. Shaw asked what he meant. The proud father ushered Shaw toward the edge of the roof and pointed to a secluded spot on the beach below. See, if a stranger pulls you over toward the edge of a roof, probably a good idea to start screaming for help.
Yeah.
See that palm tree, the man said? That's where my daughter was conceived. You were playing Goodnight, My Love. Isn't that emotional?
Not really.
Why not?
Emotional?
Well, I mean, didn't he get all
Rick shed a
goosey?
tear when the guy said that?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
They were doing it down there in the palm tree, and Rick Shaw was on the radio playing Goodnight, My Love. South Florida couldn't get enough of Shaw in the 60s. American Bandstand was a national rage, so WPLG Channel 10, the ABC affiliate in Miami, decided it needed a local complement. Shaw was tapped to host it. The show became such a monster hit in the afternoon that management wanted to do a second edition before school. I told them we can't have kids in the studio dancing at 7 o'clock in the morning. He suggested an alternative that would put visuals with the hit tunes. If we were playing Little Surfer Girl, we'd have cameras on the beach, Shaw said. We did that for 5 years. We were MTV long before there was any MTV. A stop at one of Shaw's programs also became obligatory for any talent passing through town. One of his fondest memories of the day is Dan Show hosted a young singer who was playing a small club in South Miami. The world hadn't heard of Neil Diamond back then. Oh, Neil Diamond. Oh, I knew there was a reason I didn't like Rick. Neil Diamond. Over the years, Shaw's met Diamond again a few times. He always remembers the break Shaw gave him. If a major group came to town for a concert, it was virtually a sure thing Shaw would be on stage to introduce them, especially because the time he did so for the Monkees, because their opening act was an unheralded singer-guitarist named Jimi Hendrix. He didn't play the national anthem, Shaw said, but he did set his guitar on fire. If a big concert didn't come to Shaw, he went to the concert. After the Beatles broke, every market had a DJ who claimed the title, The Fifth Beatle. Shaw was Miami's, and he got a lot closer to the Fab Four than many of the others. The Beatles were coming to Miami Beach for an Ed Sullivan show at the Deauville Hotel, but unless you knew Sullivan or somebody high up at CBS or the local station, there was no way you were going to get in, Shaw said. However, the Beatles did have an open concert scheduled a few days later in Jacksonville. Shaw had his station run a contest for a charter plane ride and tickets to the show. A chance to meet the band was included for a select few. Ringo Starr greeted Shaw at the band's trailer with a cheeseburger in his hand and caught sight of a diamond initial ring Shaw was wearing. Initial ring. What's an initial ring?
You know, like, your initials.
RS?
Yeah.
BS? Rings were the Beatles thing, and he and Shaw shared the same initials. Well, I'll be damned. Ringo Starr, Rick Shaw. Get it?
How about that?
Wow. Rick and Suds, RS? By the way, Rick Shaw, Rick Riley hates you. And I'm sure the feeling is mutual. And nice going, Rick. He wanted to buy it from me, Shaw said. I said no because it was a gift for my wife. When he got back to town and told us to on Channel 10, he was besieged by girls who wanted to kiss the ring, which he still wears. They wanted to kiss it. I bet you Bubba would have approved of that. Not long after that, FM exploded, putting AM into eclipse. The turning point was when the government made automakers put FM in cars, Shaw said. FM stations not only offered better sound, they also promised more music and less talk. It became a contest to see who could play the most songs, Shaw said. The age of personality radio was on its way out. The opportunity for DJs to pick their own music went with it. Playlists are now compiled by consultants, and for the most part, DJs instructed to do nothing more than recite the titles and the artists. Co-hosting Magic's Morning Drive Show with Donna Davis, Shaw's got a bit more leeway. He still gets to promote the Magic Children's Fund, his pet charity, which helps needy youngsters. The influence he still has among listeners was illustrated in the wake of the Oklahoma City bombing in '95. He encouraged his fans to have their children and grandchildren send a comforting letter to youngsters who lost loved ones. More than 44,000 messages were sent, Shaw said. A bunch of young people became pen pals. A kid from Kendall finally met up and wound up marrying a girl pen pal from Oklahoma City. Kind of sounds like that dating and mating show I used to have years ago when we had all kinds of people get married from that show. Tom? As heartening as things like this might be, he still misses the impact he had during radio's golden oldies era. I feel fortunate that I came along when I did, Shaw said. A generation of South Floridians would sing a chorus of amen to that, says Tommy Chijika. How do you like that? Isn't that quite a glowing thing, huh? It glows.
Okay.
What, you're not a Rick Shaw man? What's wrong with you?
I think he's fine.
He's a good guy, Rick Shaw.
Yes,
he's a little misunderstood.
Remember, he called in not too long ago.
He calls in all the time. He loves this show. He's out of my anniversary. See, Tom Jicka didn't pay any attention to my 30th anniversary back on the 1st of March, but Rick Shaw called in that day and just peed all over my leg. I'm still moist from the job that he did. That's what a great guy he is. Our buddy, Rick Shaw. Misunderstood. Just like me, misunderstood. A lot of people think I'm a bastard, etc., like that. Just like Rick. Just like Rick Riley thought he was a Nazi. You were the problem, Riley, not Rick Shaw. You were the problem. I bet your son's probably changed his mind about Rick Shaw, too. 842 votes already. Can you believe it? We not only got 1,000 licked, man. We got before the soccer game starts. It's a good thing we got an early start.
Thank God.
Yeah. Well, you know, once that soccer game starts, and then, of course, there's always that. And let's see, we got Curtis 2-4 today. I guarantee he's going to talk about nothing but that. Even though Curtis is a good guy, but it's just, it just goes with the territory. Mad Dog 4-7, what do you think he's going to be talking about? And we got the UM baseball game. I still don't have anything on that. Who are they playing? Where are they playing?
Well, they're playing
What's it all about?
Mississippi.
They're playing in Mississippi with a banjo underneath?
That's right.
Who the hell would want to play there? And then Eddie K follows UM baseball. See, they don't even bother sending me a revised schedule. That's the kind of effective job that Norma Ken did. We got most of our copy is older than Methuselah's grandfather, and we still got the same old, tired,
Well, during the break, I'll go ask that handsome young man.
Don't go anywhere near him. If you're smart, if you play your cards right, you won't ever see him again. What difference does it make who they're playing? They're playing somebody. They're playing some ball game, okay, that we don't care about?
Yes.
The Hurricanes.
Right. By the way, Tommy has joined us in the room now. So.
Now, Tommy don't need to be there.
I'm here, though.
I beg your pardon?
I'm here.
Why is that?
Because Josh asked me to be.
Josh Cordes asked you to be there?
No. Josh. Darryl.
Clarence? Get the names right now.
Sorry.
Well, when did he do that?
Like 5 minutes ago. Came in.
Yeah, when I said on the air that we don't have a third person in there. Listen, if you got other stuff to do, we appreciate it. We always enjoy having you around.
Well, thank you.
You're good for a few laughs. Not too many.
Yeah.
But, if you got stuff to do, don't feel like you got to be in there. We can get by with two. That's what Clarence is trying to prove anyway. But now he's trying to act like responsive because I just made the joke on the air about do we have this, do we have that. We don't even know who the hell the Hurricanes are playing tonight. Do you know?
Mississippi. Mississippi.
What?
Old Miss, whatever. How else?
Who told you that?
I know. I watched a little bit of the game yesterday.
What time? What time was that on?
The third game in the series.
What time was that on?
Last night.
Yeah, I thought the Heat game was on last night, getting pounded by the Mavericks.
It was. That was at 9. I forgot what time.
Okay, we believe you. 10:43. So it's up to you, Tommy. If you want to be in there, probably got some food coming or whatever, and Mom cooks special, etc., and so on.
All right, good.
We don't care. Just tell Clarence to bug off. Kick him in the ass.
I'm not going anywhere near.
Or the face. Same difference. Hey, sometimes it's the things you can't see that really are bad for you. In South Florida for 28 years, Dry Concepts is the best when it comes to dry cleaning your carpets and making them look just like brand new. I've used them for over 21 long years in my homes. I wouldn't dream of calling anybody else. And don't forget, when you dry clean your carpets with Dry Concepts, you really can clean today and entertain tonight. It's not just an advertising slogan. Your carpets stay cleaner longer. There's no sticky residue left behind, and that means they last longer, too. And with over 50,000 satisfied customers, you got a lot of company, folks in South Florida who know who to call. And don't forget that Dry Concepts are also the experts in water damage restoration, which is good to keep in mind during hurricane season. We've already got, what's the name of that storm? Arturo?
Wilma.
What is it?
Wilma.
No, not Wilma.
Alberto.
Like I said, go back in that room there, you idiot. Jesus, what a moron. Certified technicians get you out of the mold zone in minutes, not days, and Dry Concepts can get your home or business dry within 24 Arturo. What do you get with it? Wilma, my ass. And Dry Concepts can get your home or business dry within 24 to 72 hours guaranteed. To top it all off, Dry Concepts is a state-of-the-art Oriental rug cleaning plant, the only one in South Florida on site that's dedicated to keeping your expensive area rugs looking brand new. So do yourself a big favor and call Dry Concepts today toll-free. You won't be sorry, I'll guarantee you that. I'll bet you Tommy's life on it. Call 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071. Or on the Wicked Web, log on to their website, dryconcepts.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
There's a guy, he sucks, okay?
Oh, my!
At 560 WQAM, the Curtis Stevenson Shack Show, 2 to 4 this afternoon.
Which, by the way, that game, the baseball game, is at 6:50.
Well, we don't have to get all, technical about it. Who cares? Jim Mandich, 4 to 7, interrupted at 6:50 by some stupid-ass Ole Miss baseball game with Joe Zagacki. You going to be listening to that? Is it on TV?
Yeah.
Oh, it is on TV. Well, who else is going to be listening to that? 5670560. Come on, let's find out. Let's get calls today only from people that don't care about the Heat.
Well, according to that poll, you should get a lot of calls then.
That's correct. Now, they'll lie because it's this station, because we're, intensive and that's all they talk about. I mean, on and on. I got Shaq coming out of my ears and other places. In fact, I woke up this morning. You know what was next to me in bed?
What's that?
Not Shaq. The icy sleeve. The icy hot sleeve was there on my pillow. At least it looked like an icy hot sleeve. Wasn't Rob Marciano, I'll tell you that. Boy, you queens out there, man, you guys are just... It's so sad. Oh, I'm sure that straight guys do the same thing all over the internets, Wouldn't you think?
I would think, yeah.
Probably oogling about them hot chicks like Rita Cosby.
Now, where did you find? Was this like CNN related?
I just googled Rob Marciano. I was curious just to see a couple of things about him, like he graduated from Cornell in meteorology, et cetera, and so on. And I was interested to see how old he was and his little background.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there were some wishful thinkers out there who said that. Like that crap about seeing him at a gay bar in Naples, Florida. That's just hallucinating. After you have enough beers at any bar, like you should know it.
Like, hey.
You can assume that you're meeting anybody there, It might be Ann Coulter, for all you know. But at any rate, then there's all these other things about how he was once married, and now he's got some hot chick girlfriend at CNN. All these people who are just absolutely desperate, just to grab onto anybody. Now, they're never going to meet him. They're never going to do him, certainly. They're never going to see him naked, or any of the other people that folks oogle about on the Internet. But it's just all a fantasy life. You ever heard about fantasy baseball? Well, the Internet basically, for millions and millions of people around the world, is fantasy life. It's a vicarious existence for people who don't have one.
Keeps them off the streets.
I guess. Well, keeps them off that Dateline show on, it actually gets a lot of them on that show. That's where it starts. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir?
Our team was filthy heat. We don't
okay. WQAM, hello. Starting off like pretending to be human today. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hi,
Yeah.
Am I on the radio?
Sounds like your voice, yeah. Either that or your twin. What do you got for us, man? What do you got?
Oh, I just want to make a comment on the Heat.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that David Stern's playoff format really...
Yeah, we're not interested. Listen, we're not interested in talking about the playoff format.
Look what
about
you've
David Stern or Howard Stern or the newspaper Stern. We don't care about that.
Told these turds to call about the Heat, so look out.
Yeah, that's all I had to do is mention the Heat right away. David Stern's playoff. I see now already they're making excuses because they're getting their ass kicked and they're down 2 games and then they're going to wind up probably losing 4 straight. We're not looking for excuse makers. Wait till 2 o'clock. You're going to have hours and hours of that, okay? This isn't a sports show and it's certainly not a Heat show, okay? You jackass. You moron. Am I on the radio? Unfortunately, yes. God, there's a typical South Florida phony, man. Phony is a $86 bill. 86 his ass. WQAM Heat Line.
Paul Casanova's rooting for...
WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Jamba.
Oh, by the way... a Jamba clone. That's the first of those. You better practice on that. That's pretty weak. And let me just say this, if we had like Bob and Tom on in the morning...
Yeah.
Paul and Ron will be back to like 2 shares again. The only reason they're getting big numbers in there is because Stern's on, satellite now. See, when they have no competition, they do incredibly well. Oh, look at there's that hurricane warning issued for the Florida coast just in.
To Inglewood, that is still the tropical storm.
Of course, it's over there in like the
because
bend,
the winds
the
now
bend.
have moved up, especially in the upper
There
atmosphere.
by Tallahassee. I think that God's really pissed off at Jeb Bush, your fat-ass governor, for being such a liar.
But I assume that the Hurricane Center, as they put their
Oh,
forecast
no.
out, it'll be
And
out.
of course, if they got a hurricane warning out there, you know who's going to be standing naked on the beach up there, probably in not Gainesville, off like Panama City?
Who's
Rob
that?
Marciano. Or Rocky Marciano. WQAM, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, heat line.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, I'm doing.
Hey, you watch The Sopranos, man?
No, I don't watch The Sopranos, man. WQAM, hello.
Hi, to ask the movies, Hitler.
WQAM, hello.
I can't see my doctor.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How come nobody's talking about UM baseball? They have a chance to go to the World
Because
Series?
nobody cares about it, that's why. I did the games for 6 years, nobody cares about it. Except for a bunch of losers in the Gables who have no life. Well, what is this, a sports show all of a sudden? I think Clarence set up these calls. Is Tommy still in there?
Yeah.
Why? You don't have to be there just because he told you to go in there. See, he's trying to make up for what he did the last time when he chased your ass out of
man.
there.
Everybody wants to hang out in here.
Get out of here. Everybody wants to hang out in there. To do what?
The fun
to do
room.
what? Huh?
It's the fun room. You get to laugh in here. Have a good time.
Yeah. You get to laugh all right when you're talking about Hurricane Wilma. Jesus, Scott. Goes to show you kids out there, all you kids that are out for summer now, if you do enough drugs, you wind up like Tommy. You're just a few months behind. It is a hurricane, though, now. They haven't named it yet. I guess it'll still be Arturo, right? Is that how it works? If it's Tropical Storm Arturo, it becomes Hurricane Arturo.
Alberto?
What Alberto V05? It's the Attorney General they named it after. He blows. I don't know, and I don't care. that's another good reason not to be there. We don't have any hurricanes in Toronto. We don't even have tropical storms. How do you like that? In fact, it's mostly sunny. It's going to be like 70-something today, 72 or 3. Beautiful. Perfect. So many reasons not to be there. And Clarence is many of them. WQAM, hello.
It's Alberto. It's not a sports show. It's
805.
a dating show. Isn't that the question, the poll topic today?
Yeah.
Okay, and my question is, you're talking about dating. Who are you dating? You never touch on that.
Who am I
What's
dating?
Yeah, fella. Who
Why,
are
you writing a book?
No, buddy.
Or are you another guy with no life? Who am I dating? Date this, schmuck. Date this. Who am I dating? How pathetic.
Maybe he's
tragic.
He's one of those bloggers.
Yeah, no, that's right. He put some rumors on the internet. Okay, I'm dating Rob Marciano.
Maybe he's looking.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I'm dating Clarence. Okay, he's a real handsome young man, according to Norma Kent. This is what I get out of that meeting they had on Friday. That's what I get. Oh, and by the way, Joe, I'm going to be sending you a letter. I know you're going to ignore it, but I'm going to send you a letter. I'm putting you on notice. Oh my God, what a surrounded by quislings, man. Drowning in a sea of quizzes. Who are you dating, Neil? Anybody I can. How's that? Schmuck. Let's see, 887 votes. Not too shabby, if you ask me. The woman I despise the most. And Ann Coulter still got well more than half of them. 467, 52.6% hate that slut. Who is she dating, I wonder? Huh? How about Miss Fudge? Condoleezza, 120. Hillary, 81. Oprah, 56. I hate this poll, 45. My ex-wife, 45. Nancy Grace, 30. How many's Nancy got?
About 30, man.
Rita Cosby, 12. We still got Crosby on. That's okay. Leave it, Eric. They don't know. Phyllis Shoefly, 12. My mother-in-law, 12. And Joyce is making a little move. Joyce has ocho.
This is Neil Rogers.
We hate you, Joyce.
This is 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
Some stations give you cars. Some stations give you cash. But this station is going to give you the best gift of all. Because this station is going to give you peace of mind.
Nirvana.
Just be the third caller when you hear this sound. And we'll give you a lobotomy. That's right. We'll remove the part of your brain responsible for coherent thought. No more fear. No more problems. Just day after day of peaceful living in a semi-vegetative state. You'll be surrounded by people who will clothe you, feed you, and record your every bowel movement. Spend your days playing with bits of paper and brightly colored blocks. 24-hour peace of mind. All because you've had a lobotomy.
This station is not liable for botched lobotomies that leave winners merely stupid instead of peaceful. But we will try to find you a nice job in an area convenience store on the night shift. In the back.
Lose your mind. Literally. Keep listening to win.
On his jackass, Chad Myers, they jumped the gun a little bit. They're on CNN. So a hurricane warning has been issued. But right away, it's a Hurricane Alberto. It's 70 miles an hour. They still got 5 miles an hour to go until it wipes the Tallahassee off the map. In addition to which, has it got anything to do with South Florida?
No.
No, not really. Not this one, but this is just the beginning. Keep in mind it's only the 12th of June.
Yeah, don't remind me.
And it looks like this is already going to be the very first hurricane of the season, perhaps. Any minute now, any second. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, here's a fax that says if the poll of the most despised woman is open for suggestions, yes it is. Barbara Bush, they said. Says she hatched a string of evil babies who grew up under her tutelage to become evil adults, bastards, all of them, under her tutelage. You know who used to be nervous about people's tutelage? Yeah, that one. I don't like the looks of that tutelage. Remember that one bit?
It's one of my favorites.
I'm sure you do. Mr. Howard. I mean, Mr. Moe. Barbara Bush, let's get her ass on air. And then here's one for, oh, geez, John in Columbia. You know, John? Yeah, I know you spend too much time in South Carolina. He's got the View crew.
Yeah.
The question is, the woman I despise most, not which group of women or, what panel of women or, get lost, John. Jesus God. Hurricane warning issued for the Florida coast. Not the East Coast, the Northwest coast.
Lockney River, and then from Longboat down to Inglewood, this part right here is being updated. That is actually where the hurricane warning
We want Rob Marciano. Get this ugly Chad Myers off my screen. Now, see, he's doing the stuff on the inside. They sent Rob out there naked on the beach. He's probably on his way to Panama City right now. Oh, speaking of that, Frank Rich, no relation to the late Fat Rich, in the New York Times says how Hispanics became the new gays. I don't want to read too many stories here. Tommy will run over and play in the playpen there with Clarence and the boys. Robert. Anyway, he writes, he never promised them the Rose Garden, but that's where America's self-appointed defenders of family values had expected President Bush to take his latest stand against same-sex marriage last week. In the end, without explanation, the event was shuttled off to a nondescript auditorium in the Executive Office Building, where the President spoke for a scant 10 minutes at the non-primetime hour of 1:45 p.m. The subtext was clear. He was embarrassed to be there. A constitutional amendment protecting marriage was a loser, and he feared being branded a bigot. As this debate goes forward, every American deserves to be treated with tolerance and respect and dignity, Mr. Bush said. In other words, even if they're
gay.
The debate died on the floor of the Senate less than 48 hours later when the amendment went down to an even worse defeat than expected. Washington instantly codified the moral. A desperate president at rock bottom in the polls went through the motions of a cynical and transparent charade to rally his base in an election year. Nothing was gained. Even the president of the Family Policy Network branded Mr. Bush's pandering a ruse, and no harm was done. Except to gay people. That's why the president went out of his way to talk about tolerance at this rally, bizarrely held on the widely marked 25th anniversary of the first mention of an AIDS diagnosis in a federal report. Mr. Bush knew very well that his participation in this tired political stunt, while certain to have no effect on the Constitution, could harm innocent Americans. When young people hear repeatedly that gay couples aspiring to marital commitment are undermining the moral fabric of the country, that stuff doesn't wash off, said Matt Foreman of the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force. Most concretely, the Washington ruckus trickles down into sweeping assaults on gay partners' employee benefits and parental rights at the state level, as exemplified by a broadly worded referendum on the Virginia ballot this fall outlawing any kind of civil union. Had Mr. Bush really believed that his words had no consequences, he would have spoken in broad daylight at the White House without any defensive touchy-feely bromides about tolerance. Mr. Bush prides himself on being tolerant and has hundreds of photos of himself posing with black school kids just to prove it. But his latest marriage maneuver is yet another example of how his presidency has been an enabler of bigots and not just those of the pro-family breed. The stars are in alignment for a new national orgy of rancor because Americans are angry. The government has failed to alleviate gas prices, the economic anxieties of globalization or turmoil in Iraq. Two-thirds of Americans believe their country is on the wrong track. The historical response to that plight is a witch hunt for scapegoats on whom we can project our rage and impotence. Gay people, though traditionally handy for that role, aren't the surefire scapegoats they once were. Support for a constitutional marriage amendment, ABC News found, fell to 42% just before the Senate vote. Hence the rise of a juicier target, Hispanics. They are the new gays, the foremost political piñata in the election year of 2006. As has not been the case with gay civil rights, Mr. Bush has taken a humane view of immigration reform throughout his political career. Some of this is self-interest. He wants to cater his business backers' hunger for cheap labor and Karl Rove's hunger for Hispanic voters. But Mr. Bush has always celebrated and promoted immigrants and never demonized them, at least in Texas. In the White House, he sidelined immigration after 9/11 and backed away from a guest worker proposal when his party balked in 2004. After bragging about his political capital upon re-election, he squandered it on Iraq and a quixotic campaign to privatize Social Security. Now Congress has acted without him, turning immigration reform into a deadlocked culture war, not unlike the marriage amendment. A draconian federal law is unlikely, but the damage has been done. The ugly debate has in itself generated a backlash against a vulnerable minority. So all you Julios out there, you're the new gay community. The gay community, the Hispanic community, the black community, the nuthead community. That's what we got on QAM, the nuthead community. The sports nerd community. What do you think?
Okay.
That's our crowd, the sports nerd community. We got 925 votes, mister. We're going to be damn near that 1,000 by noon. By noon.
Look at that, on a moon day.
I got a bulletin here from Tommy, from Clarence that says if we get 1,000 votes by noon, we can bail out. They'll put that damn soccer game on. What do you say? U.S. and the Czech Republic. It goes on for like hours. That same... I don't know what they're chanting. I don't know what it's all about. I think they're all stoned is what it is.
And then the riots break out?
And then after, depending on who wins and who loses, the riot breaks out afterward, right? Just like in Edmonton. They're just... those Oiler fans, man, I thought that they were like civilized out there in Alberta. All them redneck cowboys up there in Alberta, Canada. But every time the Oilers win a game, which isn't too often lately, but they won the other night. And more violence and vandalism in the streets of Edmonton, man. I guess they got to have something to do. 567, what are we going to do about... That's our question today. What are we going to do about the Heat? And how about those Hurricanes, man, in that College World Series? I don't understand. I thought the College World Series would be over by now. It's already the 12th of June. My memory may be a little bit off, but it seems to me back in those days when I was doing those games 100 years ago, by now they'd already be playing the College World Series.
Well, that was 100 years ago.
That was a long time ago, man. As I celebrate my 80th year in the radio biz. Wait till Tom Jicker writes that big column about Neil Rogers' 100 years in radio. Oh, Tommy, it's going to be a big one. And the article, too. WQAM, hello.
Stanley Cup's so exciting.
WQAM, hello.
Now that Joel is in acceptance with it.
WQAM, hello.
I don't care about World Cup, the Heat, even who you're dating. I just go through the day with my magical underpants on.
Okay, that's good. Okay, good. That'll save you. It's probably one of our Mormon listeners. He's got his magical underwear on. 5670560. Get these phones blazing, man. Once that 7-minute delay catches up and they realize we're taking these good calls, you'll see. I want to take a lot of calls this week. No George on vacation this week, so feel free to call, rip him an ass. 5670560 and pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hi, George. Neil.
Whatever.
Holding for Neil?
Beg your pardon?
I'm on the mobile. I'm holding for Neil Rogers.
Yeah, this is Schmuckhead again.
Who?
Yeah, idiot. 5670560, like we wouldn't know that voice a million miles away. Oh, my God. Maybe Tom, I bet you Tommy knows some hitmen. You know anybody in the business?
Sure do.
Well, maybe we could take care of his ass.
Done.
Reverend Jones, next time I started my moped, I'd be real careful if I was you, okay, Reverend Schmuck? WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
All right.
Oh, hey, listen, you know that Mo's still around. He's doing, I don't know if anybody's told you, but I listen to another rock station in the afternoons. And
another rock station?
There's several.
Well, I know there are, but I could swear I heard Mo doing a commercial for a steakhouse.
Yes, he is.
Well, great.
Oh, you guys know about that, huh?
Tommy knows about it. Tommy knows about all them commercial things, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess you're still in town, or you think he's up north?
I really don't know, and I could care less. I mean, if that's the kind of thing that I had to worry about, I would blow my brains out right now on the air. If I had that much time in my life to be worried about that.
All right, Neil, you have a good day.
So there's my suggestion for you, too, sir, okay? Fully loaded. Works like a charm every time. Russian roulette without the blank chambers, without Maryland chambers. Is that great or what, huh? WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I was wondering what happened to the crossover.
I beg your pardon, is this another contrived call?
No, it isn't. This morning when I tuned in, you weren't talking.
We're not doing it anymore.
You stopped it.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Well, you want to know why I did? Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll give you an honest answer if this is like a legitimate call, which I doubt.
Yeah, it is legitimate.
Because, first of all, the crossover was all on my time. I can understand if the crossover would start like at about, 8 or 9 minutes till 10, and we carried over a few minutes into my show. But the crossover always wound up being only on my time. That's number one. Plus, number two, Hank is basically a part-time employee. He's got other fish to fry, and he does it basically whenever he doesn't have a plane to catch or isn't doing the Belmont or the Preakness. And it's just more inconsistent programming. I don't like that. So I want to go back to if I can finish, I want to go back to the days when this show is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., period.
Right. Well, I was just going to say, instead of it going away 100% of the time, maybe when you guys really have something you want to say to each other in front of the audience, it might be nice.
No.
Instead of every day. That was kind of contrived.
Yeah, and we're done.
Okay.
See you.
Okay, Neil, that's it. Thanks, guy.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Wow. What I really meant to say to that guy was, I'll find it. Okay. That's it. Wow. Man, like all of a sudden this is a big deal. They're just not doing it no more. You know, every time you turn around, well, we're not going to be doing it today. Hank's got to do something for ESPN, and that's fine. I realize this is just like a smaller segment of Hank's deal. He's a big guy. I saw him on the Belmont. I mean, a big guy in the industry, and he's got other stuff to do, so fine. But it obviously wasn't helping him, and it sure ain't doing nothing for us, so what's the point of doing it? It's bad programming, and especially when it's inconsistent, just like our 2 to 4. Just like this current regime with their idea, well, we got a plan, and maybe one of these days we might implement it when we can, Wow. I sure would like to, like I told you this before, would like to have been a fly on the wall during that meeting when Norma Kent was oogling and making googly eyes with Clarence, and probably Clarence is making oogly eyes back. That's UGLY, oogly eye. 11:13 at 560 WQAM. The summer season is here, baby. In fact, we got our first hurricane, maybe. Thank goodness not in South Florida. I mean, you know, those going up there in the Panhandle, to hell with them. But at any rate, that means it must be close to Father's Day. And guess what it is? It's coming up this Sunday, June 18. We all know what dads like to do on their big day, and when they're through doing that, they like to eat, too. It's time to call the Melting Pot, make your reservations for Father's Day, and give Dad a really fantastic treat. The Melting Pot is a fantastic fondue restaurant. In addition to their famous cheese and chocolates, they serve up some serious meats and fish for hungry dads like yours. Hearty entrees from center-cut filet mignon to blackened shrimp, teriyaki sirloin, pork, lobster, and more. In fact, the pot was just there on Friday, and you guys had a regular feast.
Yes, we did.
Take it from me, nobody waddles out of that place hungry. The Melting Pot will really fill up Dad big time. They have an award-winning wine list to top it all off. And don't forget the Melting Pot's famous desserts. They are beyond sex. That's how good they are. Guaranteed to put a big smile on Dad's puss. So make that call today. Invite Dad to dip into something really different at the Melting Pot restaurant near you. A full 4-course fondue gift for Dad from you. And don't forget to tell him that Neil sent you when you make those reservations at the Melting Pot in Kendall, Cooper City, North Miami Beach, Boca, Fort Lauderdale, and prestigious Coral Springs.
This is Neil Rogers.
Rock solid.
This is 560 QAM.
Rogers guy.
Failed my test, caught again. Another season shot down the drain. Marijuana inhalation is fogging up my brain. Sports offense, so I'm told. I am full of Acapulco gold runner, a bong shotgunner. NFL, tell me why can't I play when I'm a little high? In a goal line situation, I'll float over the line, take the pitch, run it straight, jump the line and score, and then they give us 6 points. And I smoke 2 joints, smoking ganja, 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 smoking ganja, ganja, ganja. So effed up, can't you see? I could have paid someone to be for me. Well, I should have been born Jamaican. I smoke enough for 3. Hey there, ref, hold my roach. Think they called my number, how come no one's chasing? Which way am I facing? Smoking ganja, ganja, ganja. Smoking ganja, ganja, ganja.
You fairy. 20 after 11 at 560. Boy, this thing is flying along. It'll be noon before we know it. Time for that soccer match. I'm not going to be able to be doing the show while the soccer's on. U.S. playing USA.
That's right.
You've got to make all them groaning noises in the background. While you know something, if you're watching soccer, I can understand people making groaning noises because there's nothing going on. You know, the guy kicks the ball and the goalie picks it up and he heaves it about 50 yards down the field. And then they potchki around at midfield back and forth and back and forth. They just... I don't get it. Huh?
He holds it. He holds it.
Oh, yeah, and in the meantime, the clock is running, keep in mind. Like in that Netherlands game against a country that hasn't been invented yet yesterday, and they like a minute and a half to go, and so the goalie gets hold of the ball, and he sets it down where he's going to kick it from, and he kind of takes his time, and the clock is going a ticking, it's just idiotic. The whole thing is stupid, you know. And you know what Mo said? Nothing worse than being stupid. Is that what he said?
Something like that.
Kind of like our management. You know, we're not like losing audience. We're like hemorrhaging audience on this station. Hemorrhaging ratings. Hemorrhaging everything. And their response is like, bada-beep, bada-boop, bada. And, of course, thank God that Clarence went and got Tommy in there for us today.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Clarence. You're doing it, baby. You are doing it, baby. As Dick Vitale would say. Isn't that what he would say?
Yes.
I don't think Dick Vitale would waste his time with Clarence, although he is a very handsome young man. I bet you we got well over 900 votes right now. I'm thinking on the poll. 966. We are going to make the 1,000 by noon. Then you'll see the kind of letter they're going to get. It's not going to be from Norma Kent either. It's going to be from me. It's not going to be a letter. It's going to be a telegram. Even the box tops never sent a letter like this. I bet you don't even know what that is, do you, Josh? The box tops sent a letter?
No, I don't.
I bet you Tommy remembers that song. Well, doesn't remember it, but you know that song?
Which song?
The Letter by the Box Tops.
No, sorry.
Oh. Like I said, that Tommy, useless as boobs on a hog.
How do you know they're useless?
Well, maybe you can find some use for them. The Supreme Court ruled unanimously today the nation's death row inmates can file last-minute challenges to lethal injection after they've exhausted their regular appeals. The court's ruling in the case of Florida death row inmate Clarence Hill leaves unanswered, however, broader questions about the chemicals used in lethal injections around the country and whether they cause excruciating pain. Oh, gosh. I know how to solve all of this. You know how to do it?
How's that?
I'm not joking about this either. Remember Gary Gilmore in Utah? Probably not.
No, I don't.
How about Doug Gilmore in Toronto? Do you know anything about anybody? No. And not only that, but Josh goes ahead and he puts Star Jones and Barbara Walters on the pool.
Yeah, I didn't put them all on
right
there.
After I whipped
two people that I
ripped him an
despise.
ass, that jackass in South Carolina, and you go ahead and, oh, I see, okay, they don't have any votes.
Calm down. You know?
What was I just saying that was much more important than that?
You were saying how smart I am and how much I know.
No, just before that. Oh, about death row. I was going to solve the problem of executions, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not joking.
What do you got?
Firing squad, man. Instant, painless, not cruel and unusual. What?
No, painless it is, but...
Line them up.
Well, they can sedate you. I mean, they can do whatever they want about that. But it's instant. How much pain? Would you rather go by like a bullet through the head, or would you rather have the needle, the lethal injection? Certainly not the electric chair.
No.
Old Sparky.
No, I don't need any of that.
And the guy's hair is frying. Although you do shave your head anyway. Free haircut. Firing squad, man, that's the way to go. Instant. I mean, they got a whole bunch of guys with it's not like one guy maybe has bad aim.
No, but isn't there only one guy with a bullet? The rest of them have blanks.
I think that's how it works, so that nobody really knows who did the killing. Yeah. So they have to have like a guilty conscience. Why would you have a guilty conscience? Because obviously, maybe you find out the guy didn't really do it. And then like a couple of years later, oh my God, the real murderer came forward, and this guy we executed him. And I was the one who pulled the trigger. Well, at least it was practice for the next one anyway. I mean, if you're going to have a death penalty at all, and of course there are a lot of people around the world that think it's inhumane, etc. How about beheadings like our good friends the Saudis do? I still say all that crap about Al Zarqawi and he beheaded Nicholas Berg and he was barbarian. Well, yeah, so how about all these other countries like Saudi Arabia? And I say all of them, there aren't that many of them. Just our good friends like the Saudis, the ragheads that are raping us for the gas. 972 votes, man. There's something really exciting going on today. Why don't we get like 400 calls about that crossover at 10 o'clock? I'm just not doing it anymore, that's all.
Yeah, what happened with that?
You want your answer? There you go. God. Like we owe them an explanation. That's the way it is, okay? It's done. It ain't happening no more. It ain't doing anybody any good. It just kills an awful lot of time on his show. We already had a lot of time killed on his show back when. In addition to which, Hank belongs on in the afternoon anyway. As long as we're laying it right out there for you, he should be back on in the afternoon. That's where he belongs. Which goes back to the poll we had on Friday. They broke the radio station into a million different pieces. Greg did that. And now we got these poor schlumpers come along, and they're trying to paste the pieces back together again, with no success. Let me say it again. We're a hemorrhaging audience on this station. Hemorrhaging. You know what that means?
Hurting.
No, not Dick Purton. 26 past 11 at 560. How's Rob Marciano doing? Has he got his clothes off yet for the beach? Oh, boy, I bet you all the fags are all excited now, man. All weekend long, we're going to be seeing Rob Marciano until he's coming out of your ears. He's one of those guys. See, I'd like to see him in person. You ever see people on television that sometimes they look really good and sometimes from a different angle they look like, maybe not so good? And then it's kind of like when you see somebody in a shopping mall, like maybe 100 yards away, and you think, wow, Yeah. And then as you get closer and closer, oh, my God, what was I thinking about? And then you start just puking your guts out.
Yeah, good from far, but far from good.
Right. You've seen that.
I have.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of Rob Marciano, because you see him on there, and there are times he looks really great, and there are other times he looks like, I don't know, Rob. I better put a few entries on there in that chat room. Well, if you could read some of the stuff on there, I guarantee you wouldn't laugh, you would cry. I'm not joking about that.
Believe me,
you would literally cry.
Listen, I'm no stranger to the internet. I've seen some of these psychos.
Oh my God! And I just found that by accident. All I did was Google Rob Marciano, and I clicked a couple of things. I got the biography there from CNN, which didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, you don't have to look for it. You'll find it.
That's what you think. 27 past 11 at 560 WQAM with lightning quick speeds, the latest features in security. Comcast high-speed internet leaves DSL in the dust. Speaking of the internets, call today and get you the best offer of the year. At Comcast high-speed internet today for just $24.95 a month for your first 6 months. Plus, Comcast will upgrade to the super-fast 8 meg premium speed tier free. With an always-on connection speed of up to 8 megabits per second, Comcast high-speed internet is up to 5 times faster than DSL 1.5 and up to 100 times faster than dial-up. Whether you're downloading music, watching streaming video, playing online games, or just surfing your favorite sites, Comcast reliable fast connection means you'll be flying through the internet. Plus, when you sign up for Comcast high-speed internet, you get instant access to free features like video mail, Comcast Radio, Rhapsody Radio Plus, and up to 7 personal email accounts, just to name a few. Not only that, but you get free McAfee security tools included, so you can rest assured that your internet experience is always safe and secure. An annual savings of over $100 for the security alone. So what you be waiting for? Start doing more faster than ever before. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet today for just $24.95 a month for 6 months. In Dade, call 305-COMCAST, and in 954-COMCAST. Call today for details. Certain restrictions apply.
This is Neil Rogers. Ahoy! This is 560 QAM.
For the 2026 fall season, don't miss My Name is Shuri.
20 years ago, my dad, Tom Cruise, freaked out a lot of people. I've got a list, and I'm traveling around the country to make up for it.
Yes?
Oh, hey, Oprah. Hey, remember when my dad ruined your couch by jumping on it? Well, I'm here to reupholster it.
Girlfriend, who's your dad?
Tom Cruise.
Who?
Anyway, I better get to work. I've got a 2:30 appointment to beg forgiveness from Brooke Shields.
Having a crazy Hollywood dad means Suri says sorry a lot on My Name is Suri.
Attention DVD rental customers. I'd like to apologize for the following movies. Mission Impossible 6, Mission Impossible 7, Mission Impossible 8.
The E in her Scientology E-meter stands for embarrassment. Each week on My Name is Suri.
Okay, Mission Impossible 16, 17, and 18.
It's 11:33, 27 on WQAM. There's that hyperventilating Chad Myers.
We'll keep you up to date if those warnings do get issued by the Hurricane Center or by the National Weather Service offices.
Look at that. Looks like they're going to blow Tampa right off the face of the globe, doesn't it?
Cool.
Wow. What happened to Josh?
Right here.
Oh, I thought maybe you left. It wouldn't surprise me. We got such a good head start this morning.
Yeah, well, we got 20 more minutes till that soccer game.
Let me just tell you this, okay, and I don't want to have a long song and a dance about this, but since these people obviously have no life and have nothing to say, well, what's the story with that crossover? You notice this is the first time we didn't do it by design, at least on my part, and right away there's the calls. The first one was phony, but the last guy may have actually been legit. I doubt it.
That's right. They need that crossover.
No, but the fact of the matter is it was never Hank's idea, nor was it my idea. You know whose idea it was? That handsome young man.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Another one of his brainstorms. Oh, yeah. Clarence. That was his idea. Oh, yeah, we really want you to do this, and it's really going to help. Hey, it's not going to help anybody, because it's all on my time anyway, you moron. You idiot, Clarence. You simpleton. You handsome young simpleton. God, what an idiot. So it was just another, another brain fart by somebody. Oh, look at poor Susan Candiotti out there. She's getting all wet. Good thing she's got all that gear on.
Hurricanes.
Wait till Rob Marciano's out there and gets that shirt all soaking, gets all wet. Oh, my God. Those queens are going to be going crazy. Uh-oh.
Online, where you can place a bet on just about anything.
Texas Rangers minus 183.
Maybe it should come as no surprise to learn you can now bet on the potential of killer storms.
All right, let's put a couple of thoughts on that.
Man,
what do you say?
That's just...
It's pathetic. It's for degenerate. I told you, I once had an uncle who had a true story, Muggsy Solomon. He was a bookie. And he had such a gambling disease that if there were like I used to say if there were two leaves falling from a tree, he would bet you which one would hit the ground first.
Now, do we, Hank himself, gambles on everything. Will he be
everything that moves,
on the
and
storm?
Even some things that don't move? Yeah. Well, you ask him. I don't know. Ask him when you do your crossover with him.
Okay.
When you do your cross dress with a humper. Okay. I don't know. I would assume so because people who are like degenerate gamblers, they'll gamble on anything.
Eddie K will give you the over and unders.
That's right. The overs, the unders, the ins and the outs. Although I would tell you one thing, it's a little more interesting than hearing about 24 hours a day. My God. Like a disease. It's like an illness on this station. And I'm sure the other one across the street, no different. I'm sure they're doing the same crap.
I'm sure.
Shows you how brilliant they are. 992 votes. We're going to be, there's that Wheel of Fortune machine mine.
In South Florida,
it's one of those
where
digital
action
ones.
is limited primarily to slots, Gambler said, why not?
I have to get the statistics on it, just like any good gambler. But if the statistics were favorable, I'd bet.
Oh, my God. Of course, if you look like that, what you got to lose? 992 votes. Are you looking at that or not? Don't do it. You'll lose your appetite.
I just turned it on.
Turn it off.
Look, there you are on the slot machine. Are you on CNN? You weren't on CNN?
I'm on it.
Oh, you didn't see the...
I saw the slot machines. I just got through saying Wheel of Fortune there, and you're on another planet today, man. You're in another world. I'm on the Earth and you're on Uranus. That's all I can say. The woman I despise the most is, we got nine. I bet you if I refresh it a couple more times, I'll have 1,000 already. And then we can all leave. 996. Ann Coulter, 526, 52.8%. They hate her like poison. Wish she would die a grotesque, horrendous death. Condoleezza, 128. That bitch. Swillery, 97. The Ice Princess. Frigid Dyke. Oprah, 64. My ex-wife, 50. I hate this pool, 45. Nancy Grace, 32, friend. My mother-in-law, 14. Rita Cosby, 13. Joyce, 12. She's right on Rita's ass. Told you. Phyllis Shoefly, 12. Star Jones, 2. Barbara Bush, 1. And Barbara Wawa don't have any. I'm so glad you put her on there, though. No, I think it's a good point. She belongs on there.
Yes, she does.
One thing you can't complain about her talent, though. She don't have any. Think we got that 1,000 yet? And you look at the timing of this, too. 997. The timing is great because we're going to get to 1,000 before. 1,000 right now. One more. How do you like that? We got 1,000 votes. It's not even a quarter to noon yet.
There's no
there's your fat-ass governor.
The fact that we've had a lot of these storms, so people are better prepared. And we'll find out. We'll find out in places.
I'd rather sniff Ann Coulter's armpit than look at Jeb Bush. How do you like that? That's how nauseating he is to me.
That's our full leader.
In the past, Tropical Storm hit their communities and had significant flooding.
But he's probably got devious plans to divert that hurricane if it becomes a hurricane. He's going to divert it to Mexico.
70 miles an hour. I'm not sure how much that changes.
Isn't Columba, she Mexican or Colombian? Columba. I think she's Mexican, ain't she? Yeah, because his kid, that George P., he's a beaner.
Counties to make sure that they have the resources that they need, and we'll be prepared to provide assistance after this.
You know that good functional family that your fat-ass governor's got, your family values governor that's got all these nose problems and drinking problems.
Yeah, like I said, Colombian.
Is that where she's from?
Well, I said that because of the cocaine.
Oh, I thought maybe you Googled Columba Bush. She's Mexican, Mom. And a good Catholic.
Hello, suckers. My name is Columba. I got off the plane after shopping in France to piss your money away.
I knew it. Yeah. I knew there was something in there I didn't want to play. What? What are you laughing about? I dumped it. It's a verb, man. It's a verb. You can't use it as a verb. You can't say anything now. $18 trillion fine, Josh. Josh should Cordis let it on the air. I dumped it. Okay?
No, it's not okay.
I'm just advising you, man. I'm just advising you. Just keep in mind, when in doubt, dump it out. Under these new repressive regulations we got now. 5670560, our topic today. Who is the weatherman dating? That's our topic. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a quick question. Is Clarence the same Clarence that works on Mandish's show?
Yeah, he works on Mandish's show, and you're thinking of Curtis.
Oh, that's Curtis. Okay.
Yeah.
Bad. Hey, great show, Neil.
Okay, Sam. They don't even know. No, Curtis is a somewhat less handsome young man. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I'd like to make my vote for my mother-in-law, considering that she tried to fist fight me one day.
Really?
It was very loving and touching, so if you could put me down for my mother-in-law.
Okay. Said something about fist. What did he say? Fist what?
Fisting.
What would you do if I just sat here and didn't say anything? Did you ever think about that? What would you do?
I don't know. Yeah, just Said just keep laughing.
Well, what did he do? Did he send Tommy in there to sabotage the show today?
That's his goal. It looks
Write it
like.
up. 1,006 votes on the poll.
Oh!
All right. Man, we are kicking some big, fat, smelly old Jewish ass, I'll tell you that. Probably mine. Good golly. That great. When's the last time we did this early in the show?
I don't know, maybe never.
Quite a while. Been quite a while, man. I think it was back when we said, should Alien come back and let the abuelas check it out? I think that was the day we done it. Got them all emotional. Where's Rob Marciano, damn it? We don't want to see that fat-ass governor of yours.
We're learning more and more.
Yeah, well, you can fool me. Hey, if you're a cigar smoker and you'd like to kick back with a good premium stogie, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Burhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco processed and aged up to 10 years. Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker, and they specialize in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and a 9.1 rating by Smoke Magazine. This rich flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar's got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also be sure to try their Bahia Deseo, the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months. The Deseo gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider, a powerful cigar with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied. Be careful where you stick it, with additional spice and a note of charred wood. To receive 40% off the cost of all your Bahia cigars when you call, just mention my name. Tell them that old Neil Rogers told you to call, and you'll save up to 40%. Call 1-800-35-BAHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Who's going to give Ricky a blow?
You wanted more, and you got it. The Mad Dog is back, singing more duets on And It Sings, Volume 2.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Old number 88 is back, pairing off with the greats, singing more big hits with even more big stars. The Mad Dog does them all. It's an all-new British invasion with the Mad Dog singing like a man.
I like it.
The truth is finally out that Jim Mandich was truly the fifth Beatle.
Give me little love. If you want love to last. Now your hips are safe. You'll always hear me say it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
Hear the Mad Dog's tender and touching tribute to the king, Elvis.
Alright. Alright.
The Mad Dog was just a little ambivalent when we asked him if he wanted to do it again.
Nah, I don't think so.
So we had Luca Brasi pay him a little visit and tell him either his brains or his signature would wind up on the contract.
That son of a bitch is cute.
And It Sings, Volume 2, available now if you move quickly.
I wonder what he's really trying to tell us.
All right.
Oh, 12 minutes till noon. Oh, man, that soccer game is only seconds away. Aren't you excited about that?
Not really.
Yeah, you are. Let me find the... I got it in HD, as a matter of fact.
Is that
Where the
right?
hell's my soccer channel?
Does that mean you're going to watch it then?
No. Why the hell would I watch that crap? Anyway, here's the skinny in Alberto, okay? Because you guys are going to get walloped. Not with a hurricane, but heavy-duty rains, man. Tropical Storm Alberto abruptly reformed closer to Florida's Gulf Coast this morning, unexpectedly intensified to near hurricane strength, and took dead aim at northern regions of the state.
All right.
The 2006 hurricane season is just 12 days old. Now, here comes the profound statement from your fat-ass governor. Good God, who would have thunk it? Governor Jeb Bush said. Not exactly the kind of profound statement you want from your fat-ass governor. Good God, who would have thunk it? And then he said, during the past 2 seasons, 8 hurricanes struck or brushed Florida. I think this is God's punishment for fat-ass Jeb Bush. For every time the people vote on something, he has devious plans to subvert the will of the electorate because he's a dictator. And his wife's a smuggler, and his daughter's a crack addict. At any rate, meanwhile, South Floridians were advised to expect heavy rain and gusty winds as squalls roam through the area later today. Tornadoes and waterspouts are possible in South Florida. It wouldn't be something if we got knocked off the air. Let me know when we go off the air. I can get out of here.
Okay, by the way, his wife was Mexican.
I know that. Have you ever seen his kid, George P.?
Yes.
You saw his kid pee where? Like, once Johnny Dolan saw me pee, he was at the urinal next to me at IOD.
He was the one peeing on the satellite that time we had interference.
Who was that? George P.?
That's right.
Shortly after 11 o'clock this morning, local forecasters warned that a strong thunderstorm located about 8 miles west of Kendale Lakes posed the dangers of torrential downpours, frequent lightning, and 50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Oh, my God.
Okay? We don't want you to get, like, all nervous and bent out of shape.
The sky is falling.
It is Florida, and you better get used to it. Farther north, forecasters hurriedly issued a hurricane warning from Longboat Key through the Big Bend area to near Apalachicola in the Panhandle. That means hurricane conditions, winds stronger than 74 miles an hour, and heavy rain are expected within 24 hours. And you fags out there can expect to see Rob Marciano out there on the beaches just getting drenched, soaked. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion, said forecaster Richard Pash of the National Hurricane Center in West Dade County. The 11 a.m. forecast called for the center of Alberta to make landfall in the Big Bend area this evening as a borderline Category 1 hurricane with winds of about 75 miles an hour. With Alberto's tropical storm force winds of at least 39 miles an hour stretching 230 miles from the center, forecasters warned that a wide swath of Florida would be hit with unsettled weather well in advance of the center's arrival. Wouldn't you think we'd have our meteorological experts on QAM right now since we're so newsy, huh?
No, because the Heat are in the finals, buddy. Get it right.
Are you starting with that crap again? In South Florida, commuters travel to work under gray skies, occasional showers, and a heavy blanket of humidity. They were advised to expect soaking rains later in the day in South Florida, meaning you people, okay? You people. Forecasters also reinstated concerns over the possibility of severe thunderstorms. It's nice and sunny here. Forecasters also reinstated concerns over the possibility of severe thunderstorms, water spouts, and tornadoes, especially in central Florida and along the lower Gulf Coast, but also possibly in and near Dade and Broward counties.
Oh, my God.
A tornado watch is issued for Glades, Henry, and Collier counties. Portions of central and north Florida could absorb 8 to 10 inches of rain, a prospect welcomed by firefighters who've been battling wildfires in those regions. See, that's the way it is, man. You can't have it both ways. That's the way the Lord works. You get the wildfires, and the firefighters got to go out there and risk their life and limb, and then God makes rain like hell, you know? Put the fires out. He could probably just, like, snap his fingers, you know, make it go away like that. But that's no fun, right?
That's right.
He works in mysterious ways. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless Report. It's going to be a nasty day. And, of course, they're hyperventilating about it on the talking news networks. They're foaming at the mouth.
Today, let's check in with anchor Alagarani to see what they're working on.
That's another thing. They're probably talking about the soccer match. Aren't you all whipped up? USA! USA! They're ranked number 5 in the world. Czech Republic ranked number 6. They're going head-to-head, toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose. And the score starts at 0-0. Don't you love when they say 1-0?
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, they're
is that like
Neil God?
Neil God?
Soccer folks.
Oh, it's real crap. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Buenos dias.
Question for you. We're coming up in a couple of weeks, and I know you're familiar with the area with the Niagara Falls. We wanted a recommendation between, like, Falls View or, like, more at Casino Niagara. Which would you prefer and why?
No, Falls View, man. Falls View. It's the cat's meow. It's fantastic.
Is the hotel nice?
Beautiful. It's brand new. It's only a year old.
And it overlooks the falls itself and everything?
Every room in the hotel looks right on the falls.
All right, and then the machines, how are they, though? Better than Woodbine?
I got news for you, sir. Even a dead machine is better than Woodbine, okay? Not that I had a bad day on Saturday. You put your money and you take your chances, okay? Listen, the atmosphere there is fabulous. You'll love it. I'm telling you right now. I can't guarantee you're going to win any. And, of course, it's not just a slots place. They got a full casino. They got all the tables. Whatever you want, they'll take your money.
Well, we're going to definitely come in and stick it in the tokens too, Neil. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, have a great time, Pally. There you go. Great place, Fallsview in the Niagara Falls. I kept trying to tell Hank to go there, but he's a hard ass. 56705. Now, no, you know what's going to happen now? Oh, there's a big feud going. There isn't any feud.
Oh, he'll get a few calls tomorrow.
You know what? I'm sure he will, and ask me if I care, okay? Because that's the nature of the audience. They've been doing that for 100,000 years. Oh my God, what's going on with you? There is nothing going on. It just is. It was a bad idea in the first place. It got really old and tired, and I'm not interested in doing it. I'm interested in doing 10 to 2. You know, when I worked at WIOD, I always had to hold Rick Riley's hand, you know, and every morning I'd come in at about 9 o'clock. I was still doing 10 to 2, and they were doing the mornings, and he would, give me that look like, oh, now Neil's coming in to bail us out in this hour, because 9 to 10 was always the dead hour, the dead zone. It's one of the 9 to 10, and I'm trying to think of the other hour of the day that's even tougher. I can't think of what it is, and I don't want to say. But it's a tough hour. And it was always the lowest rated hour. So sure enough, every day when I would come in, oh, come on in, and I'd have to sit down. So instead of working 4 hours a day, I was working 4 hours and 45 minutes a day. So I could bail Rick Riley's dumb ass out. Christ. I'm 100 years old. I'm doing 10 to 2. You know something? I want to ask you this question. Name me somebody else on this radio station other than Eddie K, who's on whenever the last game ends, and some nights he only works a couple of hours. Name me somebody else that does 4 hours every day.
That would be no one.
Nobody. Name me somebody else who's making this kind of money. Nobody. So I rest my case. So what would you rather have, the time off or the money?
I'll take the money.
Okay, me too. It's 11:56 at 5. And my point being, 4 hours is enough, okay? 4 hours is enough. Jesus, Christ, Clarence, you idiot.
Jesus
simple
Christ.
Although he is a very handsome young man.
That's what I hear.
Well, when I heard that, I didn't know whether to drop the phone on the floor. I just wanted to break out into tears. I'm not the kind of guy, I'm not a emotional old queen that cries at the drop of a hat.
But you almost got there.
But I almost started breaking out and crying like a baby. I mean, honest to God. Although I did shed a couple of tears when that movie was on again the other day. What the hell's the name of that movie with Emil Hirsch and Sigourney Weaver? I love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Imaginary Heroes. You still haven't seen it. I bet you Tommy wouldn't watch that.
I don't know about it.
Well, you said I'd like it. You said it would be good.
I think you would like it. There's a lot of drugs and booze.
Oh, you know what I will say? Someone I knew wind up seeing Garden State.
Oh,
totally
why did they
agreed
do
with
that?
You. Totally agreed with
that. That is the worst
Your
piece
review.
of garbage, man. Don't waste your time. It's got 4 stars on it on my cable. That's the only reason I got sucked into watching it. There's no point to it. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do anything. It's just, I'm telling you, imaginary. What is it? Improbable Heroes. No, that's not it. Imaginary Heroes.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I can Google it.
Sigourney Weaver is so great in that movie. I just love her. And she walks into I don't want to spoil the movie for you if you ever watch it, but she walks into the head shop to buy some pot, and she says, "I want the good stuff." And the guy looks at her, and of course she gets busted.
Don't we all?
Yeah, he get busted in the head shop? Oh, you want the good stuff? Yeah, I want the good stuff too, but. Hey, I've been telling you for years to call 1-800-MATTRESS whenever you need a bed, because maybe one of these days you'll actually find the good stuff. They can deliver with any 2-hour window. They have knowledgeable bedding consultants and more. And if you thought of dialing 1-800-MATTRESS on the phone was easy, check out their website, mattress.com. Shop on the web anytime, day or night, with product details, prices, and photos. You can even check out online or call them to place your order and schedule delivery in that 2-hour window that's convenient for you. It's just an amazing deal all the way around. Instead of schlepping all over town in the rain and the hurricane and all this other stuff and wasting a lot of gas, get factory direct prices lower than the chain stores even during their so-called big sales. Plus, Dollar Mattress offers you 12 months financing. What could possibly be not to like? Dollar Mattress has the complete line of all the top names in the mattress industry: Sealy, Serta, King Coil, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, Stearns, and Foster Hewitt. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you'll get low prices on the best deals on the best brands. Dollar Mattress ranked #1 in the world in customer satisfaction. I've been using them for years. I guarantee you, I'll bet you Josh's life on it. You will absolutely love the service, the prices, and the whole deal all the way around, and the goods. So call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRESS. You could be sleeping like a baby as soon as tonight. Leave off the last S because it stands for sensational savings.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
This is Dick Cheney. I like to relax by having Mary Magdalene massage my balls while listening to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
See, you want to get married? Well, let me give you some advice. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. But from my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. But from my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew. A Jewish wife is like a curse. I can't think of anything worse. All she ever wants to do is shop, take Hit your credit card and never stop. Shows no interest at all in sex. She only cares about your paycheck. You are never gonna get laid. You'll regret the commitment you made.
If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. Oh, from my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. Oh, from my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew.
When your honeymoon is finally through, there are things she's never gonna do. She only cares about her nails and hair, and not a bit about what's down there. You are gonna feel like a schmuck, 'cause you're never gonna get to find out how it feels to be eternally practicing celibacy.
If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. Oh, from my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. Oh, from my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew.
Oi! 12:05 at 560 WQAM. I better find that game, hadn't I?
It's on the deuce.
It's on the douche?
You said that, not me.
What's wrong with that? I can say the douche all I want. It's on TSN, man.
Got Ann Coulter. And Ann Coulter couldn't fail to pick out the
Young
goal
killer.
with his head.
I beg your pardon?
I was just trying to imitate that.
Did you say the Uncola? What was that? What am I watching?
Well, Portugal scored a very early goal yesterday and then sat back on their laurels against
This isn't the match that I want to see.
Czech Republic will do
Oh, yeah, it is. Czech Republic already scored. Oh, no.
Already?
It's already 1-0 for the Czech Republic. They just scored against the U.S. It's 1-0.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus, he ain't playing.
Chirundolo again.
Chirundolo. A 16-year-old. Listen, will you stop with the soccer talk? Because the next thing it'll be, although it is, at least it's a relief from Shaq. My God. A 16-year-old girl who tricked her parents into getting her a passport, then flew to the Middle East to be with a man she met on MySpace.com, speaking of crazy people on the Internet, has returned to Michigan, to Detroit.
Hey, not everybody on MySpace is crazy, but...
Are they? No. U.S. officials in Jordan persuaded Catherine Lester, I wonder if she's kin to Jerry Lester, who used to do the first host of The Tonight Show 100 years ago, to turn around and go home before she reached the West Bank. Lester arrived at Bishop International Airport in Flint late Friday and was taken to a private area to be reunited with her family. She disappeared last Monday, a week ago today, after talking her parents into getting her a passport by saying she was going to Canada with friends. Oh, you don't want to go to Canada, honey. God only knows what they'll do to you here. She apparently planned to visit a man whose MySpace account describes himself as a 25-year-old from Jericho. Oh, from Jericho. MySpace.com, well, we know what that is. There have been scattered accounts of sexual predators targeting minors they met through this site, and most of them wind up on Dateline, like last night. Yeah, that must have been the show. Must have been a repeat from the one a woman called about early in the week, or she faxed me. Remember, she thought I was going to be talking about that?
Yeah.
And one guy was a teacher at a Catholic school, and then another one was like some kind of a evangelical, phony, baloney, horny, whatever. All of these people are men of God. They're just horny men of God. What's wrong with that? And they're all a bunch of child molesters who ought to be shot, taken out to someplace and shot. Lester apparently contacted the man from Jericho about 3 months ago. Jericho, a city of 17,000, is a relatively calm area of the volatile West Bank. The FBI traced the teenager to a Wednesday flight from New York's Kennedy Airport to Tel Aviv. At a scheduled stop in Amman, Jordan, U.S. officials persuaded her to return home. Thank God she was returned safely, Lester's father said Friday afternoon while awaiting her rear. Thanks God, okay? Sean Lester told the Saginaw News that her daughter's never given me a day's trouble. I just don't understand, with all these new laws protecting America, how a 16-year-old kid could get out of the country. She said her daughter never had a boyfriend, seemed to be content with that. Aha! Never had a boyfriend, 16, seemed to be content with that. No picture here. Oh, yeah, there's the picture. Now, I've seen worse-looking chicks than her. I've seen Joyce. I haven't seen Joyce. I've seen Joyce's ass.
Is that right?
Well, I mean, we faced Joyce. In fact, oh, by the way, one of the important things that came out of that big summit meeting on Friday, basically what it boils down to is that the two QM representatives, they both have got to keep their job. So they both have to toe the company line according to whatever Joyce tells them to do, what we can say, what we can do, what we can play, yada, yada. It all boils down to Clarence has to keep his job. Do you understand that?
Sure.
Although he is a very handsome young man. I mean, if you look up the definition silly faggot on Wikipedia, you'll see Norma Kent's picture on there, okay? Silly faggot. 5670560. Although what's wrong with that? We're going to have like a Republican queen wants to be governor of Florida. What could be wrong with that?
Right.
567. Look at that. 1-0 for the Czech Republic, man.
Nedved. Rosicki. And it's forward here towards Nedved, who's offside.
Nedved and Rosicki, I thought these sound like hockey players to me.
They go to offside.
WQAM, hello.
Hank hates you.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, the Lord don't work.
Yeah, okay, good. WQAM, hello.
Hey, did you work at WBTA in New York?
What did I tell you on Friday? What did I tell you Friday? What did I tell you?
Not the car.
We're going to come now. I said once. I'll give you once a month. How's that?
Oh, good. Okay.
Mark it now. Listen. Mark it down.
That's great.
June 12th. That means July 12th.
Okay.
I won't be here that day. I'll make sure I'll write it down myself. Yeah, I did work at WBTA in Batavia, New York, as a matter of fact. 1963, WBTA. And what's the big deal about that?
Well, maybe he was going to make a point.
Maybe he's writing a book. No,
probably
it's
not.
Blind Mike. Don't you understand? It's Blind Mike.
Probably not.
He wants to know all of these things, man. This is important to him. Radio trivia. That's his life. He's probably, on the phone with Jicka now, giving him more details about Rick Shaw and some of the jingles Rick used to play. He's a radio kind of guy. You know what I mean? Kind of like that, a radio kind of guy. Tommy's gone, isn't he?
What?
Is he still in there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're going to stay there the whole 4 hours?
I'm not sure.
Hey, well, the food hasn't showed up yet.
You know what I'm saying? Until the food gets here.
Did you order the food? Did you order something?
Yeah, we ordered.
From where?
Tony's.
Now we're talking, okay?
Right.
We got a
one
pizza,
thing about seriously. One thing about
in.
Brad over there at Tony's, which is up there on 441 and 202nd, I believe. Am I right? It'd be nice if we gave him another plug once in a while.
Well, I know he's right there on 441. Not sure.
And 202nd. No, we're on 202nd. Well, whatever the hell it is, 2 something. Well, when he brings the food in, be sure and take the menu out there. We'll give him a plug. But one thing about Brad is he never asks for anything. He doesn't want to come in there and schmooze on the air. He doesn't want to come in and, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
I'm not talking about the sandwich guy, for example. This is a guy, I forgot his name already, Scott.
Oh,
remember
subs?
Remember Scott? See, you said that, not me.
That's okay.
He's not there anymore. It was always Scott and Ira, and we liked Ira a lot, and Scott was a pain in the ass. This is a guy that wasn't even buying spots, and he would send over like a commercial for us to do on the air. Remember that? Could you promote our party platters for the Super Bowl today? I mean, we appreciate when people bring in food, but when they got although I will say this, at least he brought us a piece of copy, which is more I can say for our sales department.
Yeah.
It was a breath of fresh air. We take it all back, Scott. You're okay. Everything good? All is good? What a schmuck. I wonder who I disliked worse, him or that Richie from Boar's Head. At least Richie used to bring in some really good stuff. Although I did like those fat-filled sandwiches from Atlantic City Subs. They were very good.
If only those days? Stopped calling all the shows.
Huh?
I said if only he just stopped calling all the shows.
That was a once-in-a-lifetime thing on Friday, man. It was a celebration of great callers from the past. That's one thing about this show, man. Every day is a celebration of callers from the past. Every day. Like from the previous day. 12:13 at 560 WQAM. We got Curtis Stevenson at 2 this afternoon. The whole schedule is free of that today. Oh, we got to give your ears a rest, please. If you love voting, just about everybody in Florida does, although today may not be the greatest day to go out there. But if you ever thought about buying a boat, don't do it. Don't do it, please. Do the smart thing. Call Club Nautico at 1-800-BOAT-RENT right now. Why would you want to pay the expenses of owning a boat, which costs you an arm and 4 legs, and then, of course, all the grief maintaining it on top of that, when you can rent one totally hassle-free, and affordably, too? Join the club at Club Nautico and get on the water right away. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. You'll be amazed just how easy they make it for you. No docking cost, no expensive upkeep, no insurance, no hurricane preparation. Can you believe? Who'd have thunk it? Isn't that what your governor said? Who'd have thunk it? With a boat from Club Nautico, it's totally stress-free and really affordable, too. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT. No getting the boat ready because Club Nautico does it for you. No cleaning up either because at Club Nautico, just hop on your boat and go. When you're done pulling to the dock, get off and leave. Just walk away. It's that easy. Club Nautico, call them toll-free, 1-800-BOAT-RENT. From unlimited boating to pay-as-you-go. From small boats to yacht charters, it's Club Nautico. Call 1-800-BOAT-RENT and let Club Nautico tailor a plan to fit your needs and your budget. Get on the water today the hassle-free, the inexpensive way with Club Nautico. Call them at 1-800-BOAT-RENT. Rent.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Howard David's a bitch.
You know it. Reach a decision here. I'm out of here.
Packed my pizza and shoved it into my checkered bed. Now you can't kick Mo around no more. All that rape's got my butt sore. The best years of what remains of my life I gave to this place. Just for old times, I think I'll go inhale the fumes of the blissfully apprentice men's room. I've had enough of you guys not using asteroid. You bastards should only drop dead and die.
Gonna stay home far away from here.
I'll hand my keys back in for the car that I drove on town. I go to my orifice and clean out my desk. That is, if I only had an orifice or a desk. I'll slap up to Boca to the Publix and watch the shoppers from a bench. Rest the foot. I wonder if Raymond felt this way.
Yay.
When he got turned down for a date. Doy, 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 doy. Doy, 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 doy. Doy, 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 doy. I'm leaving here, but you sport hole queers ain't heard the rest of me.
20 past noon at 560 WQAM. In the 2004 presidential election, Senator John Kerry almost certainly would have won Ohio if all his votes had been counted, and if all the eligible voters who tried to vote for him had been allowed to cast their ballots, writes columnist Bob Herbert in today's New York Times. Republicans and even a surprising number of Democrats have been anxious to leave the 2004 Ohio election debacle behind, but Kennedy, that's Robert Kennedy Jr., in his long, heavily footnoted article, Who Was the 2004 Election Stolen?, leaves no doubt that the democratic process was trampled and left for dead in the Buckeye State. Kerry almost certainly would have won Ohio if all his votes had been counted, and if all the eligible voters who tried to vote for him had been allowed to cast. Well, there you go. What are we going to do about it? Can we do anything about it? No. People rioting in the streets about it?
No.
All the dead people in Iraq? Anybody rioting about that?
No.
Anybody marching outside QM protesting the dismantling of the radio station?
No.
See how passive the American people are? This is what's going on, man. These are the times in which we live. And what are they worried about? Crap like that. Caca. I mean, I don't mean him personally necessarily, although he does have that icy hot sleeve, but nevertheless. See, this is what happens when you talk about a guy too much. It goes to his head. Just like your buddy Barry Bonds. Went to his head, went to his
rectum.
Fat ass. That's what happened. We got almost 1,100 votes already. Man, oh man. We ought to put that soccer game on, although quite frankly I'm off of that. Because I think it's more important to be watching about the hurricane. Don't you think so, or possible hurricane?
That would be a good idea.
Alberto. Yeah, I'm trying to keep people a little informed, okay? I realize that it has nothing to do with the heat, so why would we talk about that? Although the heat is part of the weather, ain't it? Heat and humidity and hurricanes and tropical storms. You know what my reaction is? Who'd have thunk it? And he remains wildly popular, your fat-ass governor. Wildly popular with a bunch of rednecks and yahoos.
Who would have
and
thunk that?
Bible-thumping phonies. I don't know. Exactly. Who'd have thunk it is right. Uh-oh. His daughter's got a nose for news, I hear. Let's hire her in the news department. I remember 8 years ago they told us we were getting like a news wire. And at that point we should have said, oh, yeah, right, Clarence. And that was Muff, I guess. Poor Muff. She got screwed and tattooed. 1,094 votes on the poll. The woman you despise the most. How's Joyce doing, by the way? She hopped over a few. She's pretty good at climbing the ladder. She's starting to take dead aim on Nancy Grace's ass next, Fran. 567. I got a whole bunch of good stuff here, but I'd rather take calls, wouldn't you?
Oh, because, well, I mean, they've been so good.
Yeah. I agree with that. What's wrong with the calls today? We've had a lot of good calls. We had Blind Mike.
Oh, listen, you know what you're going to get.
What? The intellectuals. What did that guy say on Friday? We get the intellectual callers if we did what? I think he said if we talk more about, we get the intellectuals calling in. 567. Oh, yeah, that was the guy who said that they're intimidated to call. So remember that guy?
That's right. They're all afraid of you.
That's it. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. This is Bill Kamar. I just want to tell everybody.
Yeah. All I can say to you is...
You fairy. I think I saw Rob Marciano with Bill.
With Miss Kamal? That is one of the worst comments. Why would you say that? First of all, Rob Marciano's an adult.
Yeah,
okay.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and he brings his own condoms to the picnic. 5670560 #560. Now there was one of those postings on that wild website that I found before that said that Rob Marciano ain't into. One chick said he was the worst lady she ever had. She said he's awfully hot, but he's the worst. Was the worst in the sack she's ever had. Which, yeah, again, these are just all ramblings by people that probably never even laid their eyes upon, much less laid. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And of course, those guys, man, talk about a feeding frenzy. Holy cow. These queens are hoping for a hurricane somewhere every day, as long as they can get robbed naked on the beach, on CNN. WQAM, hello.
Hey, push the QAM.
WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, is Rosie on the pole?
Rosie O'Donnell?
Is she on the pole?
If you want her.
Oh, I don't want her.
If you want to hate her fat ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
You mean you don't want to take a cruise to the Bahamas with Rosie to the Caribbean?
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Only if you could sink the ship with her on it. Okay, thanks, Pally.
As long as you come with me, bro.
She probably would sink it, yeah. No, you're not my type. I'm not dating you this week. Okay, let's get Rosie O'Donnell's fat ass on her. What do you say? Speaking of fat ass, how's Star Jones and doing? Only got 4. Barbara's got 3. Barbara Bush has got 11. Barbara Walters got 3. And Rosie O'Donnell went on there awful fast. That was good work. How'd you do that?
I don't know. How do you hit those Godfather jobs?
It's like magic. 1,102 votes already. It's not even 12:30. We're already over 1,100 votes. And you want to know why? Because we started the show at 10. That's my take, okay? This isn't a knock on Hank in any way, unless you want to. Go right ahead. But I'm just saying, the show starts at 10. We went through months of that crap with Stern, sitting around here, waiting and like anticipating and palpitating and, like, well, when are they going to finally give it up? Robin, anything else, Robin? Anything else, Robin, It's like an endurance contest. Like, how long could he stay on before he would just pass out and everybody would plots from it already? Like that one schmuck, that Herbie in Pompano, wherever he is, that keeps faxing me about, Howard's on Sirius 24/7 now. Well, good. I hope you and Howard have a great life together, okay? Hope you have a wonderful life. And you remember what I said the other day? And this is the truth. This is absolutely the truth. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. I only wish I could have figured it out earlier so I could have bought some stock. Because I'm telling you right now that the iPod and MP3 players and the Walkmans and cell phones you can download music on. You can download music on your pop-up toaster now, man. You can even download music on your ass just about. So this whole business of people paying extra for satellite radio and for all and FM radio, forget about it. It's done. It's done. Finito. Over. I got like 2,700 songs on my iPod already.
Is that right?
And I got my Logitech. They didn't have the one in stock that I was trying. I got it on the way. It's going to be here either today or tomorrow. My docking station. It's called Dockers for Old Cockers.
Sweet. And then you got more coming, right? Because George is sending you another CD.
Yeah. All kinds of. I think the 50s are coming. Probably that Fats Domino and Pat Boone. Oh, God. I can't wait to hear Pat Boone.
Oh, boy.
And Elvis, your favorite. Now, there's some good stuff in the 50s. Make no mistake about it. Everly Brothers, huh? 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
Sail Along Silvery Moon. Sail Along Cockamoon with the Billy Vaughn on Dot Records. Some good stuff. I mean, seriously, when you can have your own music and listen to it wherever and whenever you want, why do you need a radio? Why do you need to spend money for a satellite, okay? Like I told you the other day, I got all those slush stations on my cable here, all right? I got 80 zillion. Watch your language now, careful. Where are all those other channels, the ones that have the... Oh, there they are. Pretty Ricky. It's a Delia song.
Pretty Ricky's always on the other side of the building.
What do you mean by that?
In the Power 96 studio. Very popular over there.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Well, he's into the deli, I guess. 28 past noon at 560 WQM. If you think you might have termites in your home, now is not just hurricane season, it's almost termite season. There was that piece in the Herald the other day about those big, gigantic Formosan termites that'll chew up your house in about 2 minutes. Call Ridditt Pest Control today for a free termite inspection. Ridditt uses that amazing orange oil treatment that kills termites and termite eggs 100% on contact. They're gone faster than you can say Clarence is a handsome young man. If you have termites, it's the best possible way to get rid of them. You don't have to tent your house and make the whole neighborhood into a Barnum and Bailey circus. No worrying about poisonous gas. No moving out or staying for days or even weeks in hotels and motels. And you don't have to worry about your food or pets and your health either, because at Ridditt they treat your home with this amazing orange oil, and you don't have to leave it all. In fact, when they're done treating your property, the only thing left behind is a clean set of oranges for just a few days. It's true, if you got a termite problem, these are the people you want to call. Call Ridditt Pest Control right now. In fact, I understand they're delousing George's house as we speak. And find out about this amazing orange oil treatment that kills termites and their eggs. 100% on contact. No tenting, no BS, no kidding. They do a fabulous job for you. Call right now for a free termite inspection. There is absolutely no obligation. Better be safe than sorry. Call 1-800-447-4348. That's 1-800-447-4348. When you call Ridditt, be sure and tell them that Todd Breck told you to call. 1-800-447-4348.
This is Neil Rogers. Ahoy! This is 560 QAM.
The flagship station.
4 o'clock blue dots. Hoy pays me not another show. Out Mexico. 4 o'clock blue dots. Oh, please talk about something else. Or shut up. I'd like to your show. With TiVo when your segments go to Mexico. 4 o'clock blue dots. Don't care about being a Mexico. Blue dots.
I think I got it now, man. Forget about that World Cup. Forget about the hurricane.
That's what Pat Riley wants to see more of from their perimeter play.
Now, Jason in game 1, 5 for 11.
The heat is on.
In the first quarter, we told you he gets a lot of points exploiting your defense, especially off the dribble.
And this team was Aslamon in. Josh Howard's got Walker.
Rerunning the game right now?
Josh Howard.
I beg your pardon?
Why are they rerunning the game now?
It's on Raptors TV. They ain't going to show no Raptors game on there. The Raptors ain't playing no more this season, okay? It's on Raptors TV, which is right next to my cable to Leafs TV. We could play a little of that. How's that? Oh, they're in the middle of a commercial break. Huh? You want whatever you want, man. On my cable, we got it. Want some NHL hockey?
Game 1.
No, I'm good.
Well, I think the big change, like you mentioned, there's Turley's got the ice pack over the knee.
Oh, he's got an ice pack on it, and his knee, too. I think Rob Marciano's got an ice pack on it. It's 12:34 at 560 WQAM. Oh man, I'm never going to recover from that crap I found on the internet. And that was without. I wasn't looking for that. I wasn't, And I just when you start reading the first comment and then you go to the second one and you can't stop reading it because it's just so it's one of those I don't know whether to laugh or cry or just give up.
They just pop out at you.
Man. Talk about desperados.
I have no line.
Sure, I'll tell you one thing. When you read all those postings on those chat rooms, make you feel a lot better about your own life. Even if your own life is crap, it still makes you feel fantastic. God. 1,120 votes on the poll. Still 1-0 in the soccer. Let's see, 407. I got to keep track of the channels here. Uh-oh, I think it's Tuesday. Oh, no. Oh, no. Worst of all possibilities. Don't tell me the Czech Republic just scored again, boys and girls. Oh.
Yes, they did.
A delightful move here.
It was a delightful move.
And look at resistance.
Oh, no. Too bad that net is a little bit bigger, you know?
Exactly where he was placing that ball.
Oh, my God, it's 2-0. It's all over now, boys and girls. Good golly, Miss Molly. What are we going to do, huh? We're screwed. We got the hurricane up there in the Gulf. We got the U.S. getting their ass kicked by the Czech Republic, and the game just barely started. They only played like about 35 minutes, I think, in the first half. Holy crap. 5670560, and then, of course, the Heat getting their ass handed to them on a plate last night, and got that hurricane baseball with Ole Miss tonight. What more could you want, huh? I'm going to put all these stupid articles away here. Let's concentrate on the important things, okay? Like, man, his head really is huge. I was watching like 10 seconds of that game. Yeah. His head is bigger than some towns I've lived in. Like in Sturgis, Michigan, wasn't as big as Shaq's head. God, that thing is gigantic. WQAM, hello.
Neil, wake me up.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Glad I got you.
I was listening to another radio personality this morning.
Another radio personality?
Well, I normally listen to Bob and Tom, but because I was in Dade County this morning, I was listening to another guy on another station waiting for you to come on.
Well, why can't you say the name? Is there like 4-letter words in it or
something?
Well,
I don't know. I guess, it's a Glenn Beck show.
We're not uptight about that here.
The guy.
We're not insecure. Who is it?
But he was obviously getting a kick out of the fact that the Dixie Chicks are having a hard time, filling their venues.
Yeah.
And I about drove up.
Was he also having a kick about the fact that they got the #1 album went on the first time in history that a female group?
He neglected to mention that.
Who is this person you're talking about?
Glenn Beck.
Oh, Glenda Beck. Oh, her.
Yeah, I thought. Sorry.
I didn't hear that.
But and he was saying one of the 3 mistakes they made was obviously being critical of the president, whatever. But and my question to you is, we as a society, don't we have a certain duty or a certain responsibility to actually be critical of our elected officials? I mean, we voted a guy in, and whether you voted for the guy or not.
No, you don't say we voted him in. Don't look
at
me when you say that.
We as a nation, I know there was like 51.
No, we didn't. Million. They stole both elections. Nobody voted him either time, sir.
Well, that's okay.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I don't understand these guys' mentality.
So why are you listening to him? Why would you listen to a card-carrying, full-fledged, goose-stepping Nazi like that? Well, I would program that station out on my radio and don't do it again. God. Like calling in here like surprised about something that Rush would say, or Bill O'Reilly, or Michael Savage, one of those other Nazis du jour, Why are you surprised at it? Don't subject yourself to it, Pally, okay? Because in their world, in the stratosphere that they live in, you can only say the things that they approve of. That's the way it works. You can only come on and rip everybody in the ass if you're like a Nazi like Ann Coulter with her big Adam's apple. I don't think if she found Adam's apple, she would even know what to do with it. All I could tell her where to stick it.
Rectum.
5670560. Let's get a lot of these good calls on here. He was good. He was like all whipped up because he had a radio accident. Glenda Beck. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil, what's up?
Yes, sir.
You listening to the World Cup?
Am I listening to it? I'm watching. What do you mean am I listening to it? I'm watching it. It's 2-0 Czech Republic, man.
Yeah, 2-0?
2-0. They just scored again, yes.
Oh, man. You got to listen to Andres Cantor on 1250 Caracol.
I'm just thinking that Battalion 90 of Czechoslovakia, the country opened their campaign with a 5-1 win against the USA.
See what I mean about the crowd noise? And it just goes on. There's nothing happening. And this din, this roar, just incessant.
Hooligan camp.
And the whistles are going in
the playoff to qualify.
And these constipated Brits, we don't got no Andres Cantor, okay? See, this guy's trying to plug that radio caracol. We don't give a crap. Because nobody who speaks English is going to be listening to that anyhow, schmuck. I mean, Bugaron. I'm sorry. 20 minutes. Fine, I don't want to hear that again, okay? Enough with him. Enough with Andre Eddie Cantor. 40 minutes they played in the first half. Plus, of course, they got the extra time. I don't know how much extra time they'll have. As if we really need the extra time, because no matter what extra time they got, they're just going to piddle around. Look at this. Look at how much time he's taking. Are you watching this?
No.
The goalie. He's just edging away from the goal, and he's like kicked it a couple of yards of him, and the clock is running 40-25, and then finally, bada boom, he kicks it all the way down the field, and then they'll bring it all the way back up, and bada bing, bada boom, and like nothing's going on, The fact that they scored 2 goals at all, I mean, this early in the match, that's a bulletin. You got it?
That means you're missing the excitement.
Yeah, well, you know what? They can have the excitement. They can have this, and they can have your Zynosaurus, too, for the same price. God. We got this hurricane, man, going to pummel the Gulf Coast up there. Rob Marciano is getting into his thong bikini now for his next on-camera shot. Seriously, I read you some of that stuff that was on there. You just can't even believe it.
Oh, I believe it.
I guess you spend more of your time on the internet than I do, but I can't believe these people. I mean, it's one thing to look at somebody on TV, and I've always joked about that, about him in particular, but to be like that obsessive, and they're like, and of course, back and forth. See, that's the one thing about the internet, all these chat rooms. Basically, they're a bunch of desperate people shouting at each other. Isn't that what it really boils down to?
I would say that's a perfect description of...
Yeah. Desperados with no lives shouting at each other. Well, I don't think he's gay, and I think he was married with 16 kids, and I think I saw him in a gay bar in Naples, though. Right. Amazing how much, like the Everly Brothers, all I have to do is dream. And these people must spend a lot of time dreaming, which I guess you have to when your motto is...
I have no life.
18 before 1 at 560 WQAM. We got Curtis and Mad Dog, and we got Baseball. We got Eddie K, the overs and the unders, the ins and the outs. Let me tell you about it now. Let's see. Is this the right tag for this week, or is this, I don't know. I don't think I got a new tag. Is this the same one as last week? Brian? Hey, Brian Schmutz, do we have the same tag? I don't know, for Brandy's. Anyway, Brandy's has got all the top brands in the shoe business, and they give you the top prices, personal-friendly service. Take your feet to Brandy's. Do them a favor. You'll find Florsheim and Echo, Mephisto, Rockport, Hush Puppies, New Balance, all the other name brands and all sizes for men and women. They even carry wide widths and hard-to-find sizes. Are you sure you didn't miss a tag in a box or something? Because Brian Schmutz would never let me down, would he?
I'll have to ask him.
No, I'm just telling you right now, it's too late because I'm in the middle of the spot, and I don't know if this is the right tag or not, because we don't get any more copy. And I'm just asking if there was any, copy in the box. I realized that would be, extraordinary at QAM. Randy Shoes is the largest independent shoe retailer in South Florida. Go see our good friend Arnie. Arnie will make sure you get the right-fitting shoes at the right price for your feet every single time. And because the only thing they sell at Brandy's is shoes, you don't have to worry about size, selection, service, and certainly never about price. Brandy's Shoes, you'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach between Atlantic and Copans on the east side. Open every day, Monday through Saturday till 9, Sundays until 5. And this week, well, I'm sure it's the right thing because Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, right?
Sure.
So I'm sure it continues to be in the same right tag, or maybe not, but I'm positive it is. It's a great week to shop for Father's Day at Brandy's because it's coming up this Sunday. Save up to $40 a pair on men's Rockport, Florsheim, and New Balance, and get a free gift with purchase, too. So be sure to get your fat ass into Brandy's this week or do your shoe shopping online at brandysshoes.com.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
Bad news, man. It's halftime at the World Cup. Halftime.
Oh, no.
Czech Republic 2. Oh, you don't got the food from Brad and Tony's already?
Uh-huh. Yes, we
Man,
did.
getting really jealous. Anyway, it's halftime. It's Czech Republic 2 and the U.S. 0.
Hey, Neil. This is Randy West. And as per our phone conversation, I talked to Peter North the other day. He tells me your real name is Neil Down, and he still ain't interested.
Sport Hole Radio, 560 WQAM, your headquarters for taped interviews with dumbass criminal athletes. The station to turn to for Sport Hole sweepers, followed by a mushmouth dumbass. Sound like anyone you know? And if you think they're unintelligible just because of the phone, One Note Charlie Radio.
I'm a One Note Charlie.
560 WQAM, catering to a demographic of undereducated, degenerate gamblers loyal to wealthy closet gay Republicans who still live with their mother and are too cheap to buy anything anyway.
I like your bag.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, what a game last night, huh?
Yeah. You hear that interview on WQAM?
He said, Sport Hole Radio. Is it any wonder why we're going out of business?
Amen. Man, that thing with a copy, I don't want to get off on a tangent here, but I will anyway. It's what George is always telling me. They don't speak our language. They don't speak our language.
No, they don't.
And that line that he gave me, because he started doing, in fact, he was doing Tommy's job.
Yep.
When he first went over there, and I had my 7 months paid vacation. I was in Europe most of the time, having a wonderful time. And he was over there, and every time I would talk to him, he'd say, this isn't a radio station, it's a sports bar with a microphone. And he keeps reminding me that they don't speak our language. In other words, like when you work in a certain business, no matter what it is, there's a certain lingo that goes along, like radio talk, like when you were broadcasting, radio or TV talk. They don't speak that. So copy, what's that? Are you starting up again? They just don't speak a language that has got anything to do with broadcasting. That's all they know in there is for the overs and the unders and who won the game and what was the score and who's the next illiterate goofball we're going to have on the air. And that's all they know from. That's all they know. It's not a radio place. And, of course, it goes to show how stupid and naive I am. I thought that once Greg got shoved out the door and they brought somebody else in, maybe that might change a little bit. Because the new guy, he's just a face man. We got Clarence calling the shots, and Clarence makes Greg seem like a well-rounded individual, by comparison.
He's a handsome young man, though.
He is a handsome young man and a handsome young sports nerd, who that's all he knows about is taking showers with the guys in a locker room, I guess. Maybe they'd like to take a shower with a handsome young guy. I have no idea. I know I sure would. Not Clarence, though. 1,144 votes. It's a sports bar with a microphone. They don't speak the language of broadcasting. No se habla that language aquí, man. I'm telling you right now. Let's keep these calls going. Otherwise, I'm going to have to resort back to my pile again. I don't want to mess with the pile. Do you?
No, not today. We've been on a roll.
567. They've been pretty good, pretty animated. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular wireless line. Our goal is to take 2,000 calls before 2 o'clock. And none of them having to do with, unless you want, of course. Now, we could go back to that. We could go back to the NBA,
The foul is on Nowitzki. You see that left hand just That's exactly right. It was on his back. Lightly, you say lightly, but the referee sees that angle. I like what Devin Harris did.
Look at that. It's 16-9 for Dallas. Hold it. Nah, that one's not going to count.
Finals Tuesday, Game 3. The series will ship to Miami for Games 3, 4, and 5. Thursday, Game 4. Then next Sunday, Game 5. Of course, that if necessary. Our coverage will begin at 8:30.
Wait a minute. Which game is this?
There should be 2.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, it's Game 2.
It's Game 2?
We're just rerunning it from
What's
last
the
night.
score? They're getting blown out?
It's 16-9 for the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Game 2.
What do you mean by that?
In Game 2, the Heat got blown out.
Oh, you mean like last night?
Absolutely.
That's what that's what I said before, and you got me like all confused now. Like, I really know what Game 2 and Game 3. I know they're down 2 games to zip, and they're going to get swept, and then everybody's going to get off the bandwagon. Oh, gee, Pat Riley really sucks, and his team really choked in the clutch, and that Dwayne Wade, he got... Yeah, right. You know how it goes. The front-running phonies in South Florida. Bandwagon jumpers, man. That's all they are. Bandwagon jumpers. Where can I grab a hold of that brass ring, huh? And latch it onto my thing. Probably hurts. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
how come you didn't do the crossover with Hank this morning?
Well, I've already been through that, sir. Do you want me to rehash the whole thing? We don't do crossovers anymore.
Oh man. Hey, who's the better sports player? Jockeys?
Yeah, okay. WQAM, hello.
So you're trying to tell me,
That was good. Work on that accent just a little bit for like the next 10, 20 years and call me back. That was good. 5670560, pound 5. Isn't that interesting? This is the one thing that they're like all of a sudden all whipped up about is the crossover. There ain't no more crossover, okay? It's done. It's finished. It's finito. This show is 10 to 2, okay? That's what we do, 10 to 2. That's it. Not a moment more. And you notice when it gets to be 2 o'clock, we're gone. Notice that?
Oh, yeah.
Although I think one day, I think it was Friday, I went about 15 seconds over, and I felt really bad about that. And you want to know what the reason is for that?
What's the
because
reason?
of those damn rejoins, if they get any longer on there, we're going to be doing 7-minute breaks on this show pretty soon, thanks to Clarence and those stupid-ass rejoins that go on, you know. I'm trying to back time, figuring we got a 4-minute and 20-second break. And this man, he can take any break in the world and make it into like a 6-7-minute break. They just don't understand it. They don't get it. Length of listenership, man. Audience, flow. They know from blow, not from flow. It blows whatever they're doing. Clarence, although he is a very... WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Why do you hate Hank?
WQAM, hello. QAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Yes, sir. Neil.
QAM, yes.
Hey, we're going up to a hockey tournament for my 12-year-old TO in a little bit. Toronto? Where should I go besides Hall of Fame?
I beg your pardon?
Where should we go after the Hall of Fame? What's to go see there?
CN Tower.
Definitely.
Take the kids to the top and then have a good trip down. 5670560. Take them all to Woodbine, okay? See how much they can lose in about a half an hour. Pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Neil, please just push.
QAM, hello.
Yeah, no more crossover. How about cross-dressing?
Yeah, we're doing that on Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesdays only. WQAM, hello. I like the way you hung the phone up. You like that real, like that? Yes, sir. Hello. Okay, I guess I scared him away.
Got a little nervous.
Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, USA Soccer is so bad. They take it in the rectum.
Yeah, that was clever. That was really cute. 5670560. Keep the hits on coming, man. In fact, I'm putting my pile right down. That's how much I'm enjoying this today. I think I'll do it all week. Uh-oh. Do you see that USA? Do you see that kid with the USA flag around him? And put some clothes on, kid. He's really got a nasty body. You see what he said? He said the F word right there. He mouthed it.
Where are you?
CNN. Well, it's too late now.
I see.
They're showing these sad Americans, man, after the Czech Republic got that 2-0 lead. Look at this kid picking his ear and picking his nose. God only knows what's been in his ear. They want to get that thing dirty, sweetheart. The other guy, he had they all got the USA flag draped around him. Isn't that kind of disrespectful, huh?
Hey, just don't burn it.
Now, I think they ought to burn it with a couple of these guys in it. Silly people. All painted with their faces and everything.
System Guillermo.
Thank you, Hala. And, it's expected to
here's
become a
Guillermo.
hurricane within 12 hours, we think. Here we have it. And it will...
See, CNN, it's a budget cutting thing. They don't want you to know about it, but that's why they, from noon to 2, they put the CNN International crap on there with all these people with the heavy European accents, who sound like they're from another planet. And here's Guillermo, who's probably in Budapest or somewhere, and he's talking about the storm in Tampa and bada beep, bada bo. He's got the map on there.
Well, you see, it's expected
you wouldn't know where to find Florida with both hands, okay?
Rectum.
12:56 at 560 WQAM. I'll tell you one thing, man. These 3 hours have flown along today. I don't know how it's been for you, man. It's flying by. It is zooming by. Huh?
Plus, I can't wait for that break. I can dive into the spaghetti and meatballs.
Why can't you? What do you mean by that? You got spaghetti and meatballs?
And a pizza.
And a pizza, you betcha. I'm going to make my pasta today.
All for me.
Just based on your saying that. 1,154 votes on the poll, the woman you despise the most. If you love the finer things in life, then you'll love Stogie's, Miami's quintessential cigar shop in Kendall. With South Florida's largest selection of cigars, Stogie's of Kendall is sure to have your favorites. Whatever you're looking for, they got it. Stogie's has got over 1,000 open boxes of cigars to choose from, including Arturo Fuente, Padron, Monte Cristo, Romeo... Now, see, here we go with the copy again. You know what it says in here? I know it's Romeo and Julieta. It says Romeo, Julieta, and many more, including a large selection of premium cigars at closeout prices, as well as the obscure and hard to find. Romeo, Julieta. Oy vey's me. We got too many goyim working in that radio station, I'm telling you right now. Come into Stogie's today, enjoy a smooth smoke in their wine lounge featuring some of the finest boutique wines from all around the world. Join Stogie's every Friday for their wine tasting from 5 to 8 p.m., featuring some of the most delicious Bordeaux that France has to offer. You'll find Stogie's at 11612 North Kendall Drive, open every day of your life, 7 days a week. Or call to reserve a box of your favorite cigars at Stogie's. Call 305-598-9820. 305-598-9820. When you stop at the Stogie's, say hello to Mario and the girls, Sandra and Yanni, and get you a free cigar of the day just for stopping in and saying, hi. That's Stogie's at 11612 North Kendall Drive in prestigious Kendall.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
I'm an illegal Latino. And I say buenos dias.
Hi, Papa Juan Pablo.
I'm sneaking into the U.S. survey, and I'll make my home in an old Chevrolet. I don't need insurance, I'll work for low pay. I see border agents and I run away. I'm an illegal Latino. I'm faster than Speedy Gonzales. I'll bring my wife, all my children, and then I'll have a fiesta with 12 million friends. The Minutemen try to find us, and when they catch and deport us, we sneak back again. We're all illegal Latinos. Vámonos, muchachos! I became part of a smuggling scheme to try to attain the American dream. I want all the things that I see on TV. The Frito Banditos got nothing on me. I'm an illegal Latino. Adios, amigos, ole.
Increíble.
You know, do we have a guy in sales now by the name of Craig? Tommy would know.
Yeah, we do.
Is he some kind of a moron?
He's really tall. That's what I can tell you about him.
Is he a taller moron than the one that preceded him, that Brett that took his goods and went back to New York where he came from?
Actually, I've only met him once.
Did you get the facts there, Josh?
No.
On the fax machine, it should be on there. I just faxed you the copy, a piece of
Oh,
it.
now I got it. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, that's special.
I want you to take that copy. I circled where that says, okay? And I want you to take it to Craig and tell him to wipe his ass with it.
Well, considering I don't know who that is.
Well, give it to Tommy, and Tommy can wipe Craig's ass with it. How's that?
Okay.
I'll just hand it to him.
No, don't just hand it to him. Stick it where the moon don't shine, okay?
Rectum.
Put it in there real deep. In fact, I think you said something earlier in the show that ties in with us now. Yeah, that's it. Remember that, Josh?
I do.
Yeah.
I marked it down.
Good. I mean, seriously, somewhere along the line, the blind leading the blind. Norma Kent meeting with these two bozos, okay, for an hour, and like something's going to come from that. These people they belong in jail. They belong in prison. What they're doing to this place. There's about as much relationship all the years that I've been in this business as to what's going on at QM right now and radio as there is between Clarence's face and Rob Marciano's ass. Okay. Small crane crashes near Tampa. You see what's going on? We got a hurricane coming. We got a plane.
That it's been raining, obviously, according to the streets. But this video just coming into us via our affiliate WTVT, a small plane crash in a neighborhood here on Davis Island, Florida. We'll get you more information.
Oh, my God.
Wow, how do you like that? And Mrs. Limbaugh is there hyperventilating and foaming. Oh, no, that's Kira Phillips. That's even worse. Wow. And poor Susan Candiotti is out there getting drenched, okay? She's soaking wet. She's standing out there with her mic. Probably going to get electrocuted. I love Susan. She's about the only good person, besides Rob, of course, on that CNN.
You see a lot of blue tarps on roofs, and that is because there are any number of reasons. Not enough building materials to fix them, not enough people around to fix them.
Well, we can relate to that, Susan.
Sometimes people have simply run out of money, and so as a storm like this approaches, those people are particularly concerned about what lies ahead, and even Florida's governor talked about that.
Oh, we don't want to see him again. 5670560. Copy ain't us, okay? Radio ain't us. The only thing that's us is sports bar with a microphone, man.
And speaking of that, looking at the governor, his head's probably about the size of Shaq's. Look at that thing.
Yeah. He would let it go to his head, you know? After all, he did fix the 2000 election, him and Catherine Harris. Well, I sure hope that wasn't her plane that we just saw in Tampa. Wouldn't that be bad if that was Catherine Harris's plane? I bet you the Republican Party wishes it was. The one that just crashed.
That has been deferred.
Oh, my God. Who'd have thunk it? WQAM, hello.
I believe George was in.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm not a country music fan, but I bought that Dixie Chick CD, and it's a great CD. I just want everybody to know that.
I'd go out there and buy 10 of them, man, just to piss off the Bush family.
Yeah, support them, because, they were right, and there's nothing wrong with being right, and the hardest thing for these right-wing Nazis is to admit they were wrong, and that's why they're constantly badgering about this, because they'll never admit they were wrong.
It's pretty sad commentary when you got to buy music based on what the right wing tells you. Of course, everything else is the same way, too, you know. Don't watch that Fahrenheit 9/11. It's more that fat Michael Moore's propaganda. Right. Sure, whatever you say. 10 inches of rain may fall. Clearwater Beach. Look at that. Sandbagging north of Tampa. Would be the first time some of the people got sandbagged in Tampa.
Alleviate that situation. Kira?
Oh, Kira. I don't want to hear no Kira. Oh, my God. 5670560. Pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, the photo of Masawi, the guy who they said they bombed,
Yeah.
Neil, that's a blow-up doll, man. It's not really him. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're probably doing something with it right now. You sound like an expert on blow-up dolls. Here's the World Cup again. They're back into the second half now. They got the 51-minute mark. Still 2-0 for the Czech Republic over the USA. Oh, look at that. There's the U.S. player got a bloody nose, and the other guy's holding his kishkis. Oh, you see that?
So they're losing 2-0 and they're getting their ass kicked.
No malice intended. No malice intended. What is this, some kind of a candy-ass game? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no malice intended in my ass. And the ball rolls back toward the goalie, and he'll probably like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. He's in a big hurry because that's the U.S. goalie. So he, kicked it out of there real quick. He kicked it about 10 yards, and the guy kicked it back to him again. And the clock is ticking and ticking and ticking, 51-42, 51-43. And now he kicks a prodigious kick, man, all the way down the field. And the Czech guy hits it with his head.
Listen, just keep going with the play-by-play till 2. What do you think?
Okay. And now we're back to midfield, and he kicked it about 4 feet. Now he runs, turns, and goes the other way. This is the worst crap I've ever seen in my life. How anybody could consider this to be a sport?
Here comes Wade, one man to beat. Wade gets inside. Beautiful move from Dwayne Wade. Always crossover.
He jammed it, baby.
Your dribble. You saw what happened to Nowitzki as a defensive player. He turned him around twice.
He turned him around twice. Sounds like something Duff might do. Will you stop? I heard that. 5670560 pound 5.
duck. Get off this instant.
560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Very call-intensive this week, man, because you guys are under a lot of pressure. We got that Tropical Storm Alberto, that may be a hurricane any second over there in the Gulf. And you guys are going to get drenched. I think I'm going to do my Miami radar right now. All small, let's see.
You're getting all this info from CNN, you know.
I'm not getting anything from CNN. They're useless. They're talking to some old bag there. It looks like one of the trailer trash from Tampa. Look at her.
Now, is it me or does she have no top teeth?
She's got a Bucks outfit on. Oh, my God. I don't know, and I don't care what she's got. She is grotesque. And you know something? What do they stand in front of? Trailer. Told you. She got that little kid there. She probably got two in the oven. Oh, here, look at that. Oh, man, I never saw this radar before. This is really neat. Whoa.
Groundbreaking stuff here?
Huh?
What do we got?
No, but I'm just saying, this is the National Weather Service. They must have a new radar loop. This is, I never saw one this nifty looking before. Wow. And all that heavy-duty stuff is over there. I hope Joyce don't drown over there in Naples in this storm, man. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? We can only pray. Maybe that's what this is all about. Maybe God is finally going to get her ugly ass.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Jesus is after you, Joyce. Anyway, all of this stuff is coming across, and it's coming from the southwest, and, man, it's going to rain there like... Right now, there's basically nothing in Dade, Broward, maybe way out in West Palm Beach, like out in Belglade.
Well, it's pretty crappy this past weekend.
Yeah, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Just wait. You got some heavy-duty rains coming this time. So you better, come 2 o'clock, man, you better make a beeline out of there to your nearest sports bar so you can watch the rest of the soccer game. It'll be over by then.
Okay.
Well, you can watch the replay. Or maybe there's some other good, I'm sure there'll be some other great matches, like Belarus and Slobovia. 54-20 they played, baby. We got a long way to go to that 90-minute mark. Plus then the extra time, right? Still 2-0 for the Czech Republic. Keep your hopes up, USA. They haven't got a Chinaman's chance in hell. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Did you say that they were expecting 10 inches in Tampa?
Possible. Well, Clearwater Beach, you can't get too much closer to Tampa than that.
Oh, I see. Also, on that Mexican...
We're talking about rain, sir, rain.
Oh. You know, in that skit you just had with the illegal Mexican?
Yeah.
Did I hear a fart sound, or do I have to make a phone call?
Maybe you farted, but I didn't hear it, or smell it, thank God. Notice how hard he was working to try to, develop some material there. He was, as he was going along, and, he was kind of improvising there.
He struggled a little bit.
He did. You're struggling, sir.
That's why maybe he squeaked one out when he was...
he probably, that could be it. I understand there's a lot of pressure there when you get on the phone here trying to, conjure up some material, something to say, especially in Florida. But, in fact, he's probably sniffing it right now and enjoying the hell out of it. 12 minutes past 1. Did you take that copy and shove it up Craig's ass, whoever that is?
I'll do it during the break, or Tommy.
Yeah, take it back there and say, this is an example of why people, at least Neil, gets all bent out of shape. It's because you people send him a bunch of swill, and then we're supposed to make magic with it. It's a damn good thing I know my Romeo and Julietas. Julienta. Oh, my, I know a few Yentas, man, but a few Julientas, but they're like in Sunrise Lakes. Maybe that's what that was, Julientas. Jesus, God, it's just incredible. And then we got the guy with the drawl back there from Raleigh who's doing just a fine job. He's doing a fine job. My God. All the years I've been doing this, man, I never could have, in my worst nightmare, envisioned that we could have reached this point. You know what I'm saying? You're both a part of it. You both got swept up in it, swept away in it.
Well, we're in the middle of it right now.
Well, what is that? Oh, that's in Oklahoma. It's an oil tank fire.
Ignited that gasoline.
Oh, I think the end times are here. I don't want you to get nervous or anything like that, but my God, with all the stuff that's going on now, you got hurricanes and planes crashing, and a storage tank catches fire at an Oklahoma petroleum complex. Oh, there goes the price of oil again. $4 a gallon tomorrow. Thank you, Mr. President, for those low gas prices, by the way, Mr. President.
You fairy.
If you have a business and need to get customers away from the competition, then here's the perfect business partner for you. PubSet Printing and Design. PubSet can design and print just about everything you need in your arsenal. Just look at the great display booth they made about me on our website. Right at the bottom of the page, go way down on the bottom, which is where we belong. And that's where we are fast approaching. Or see even more of their phenomenal work at PubSetSF.com. PubSet can print everything you need, from business cards to banners, posters to their specialty trade show booths and displays. PubSet Design and Printing, the very best for over 14 years. And don't forget, PubSet can handle it all right in-house. Call 954-772-7275. That's 954-772-7275. Better yet, see for yourself on their website, PubSetSF.com. Look your best to get those new customers. It's your business, and it's PubSet's business to make you look great. Call 772-7275, or go to their website, pubsetsf.com. Look for my grotesque picture on their building on Dixie Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Choose the very best, Pubset Printing and Design. Call them today at 954-772-7275.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Big Market Radio?
Way down south, where the mugwumps go to hang from trees and play banjo. You got some who own a station on newfangled radio. Now as North Carolina grows, Raleigh's a big city, you know, and that's where the Beasleys had to go for Jolly Riley Joe. A new GM, he'll do what he can. Shake your hand like a friend, then quickly walk away. They had Joe go to 560 with ratings in the toilet bowl to get those flaming sport homos in order and control. And then so Jolly Raleigh Joe, a buckular and in the know, he lets Mo go, and here's what blows, gives Geldy his own show. He'll make a big change and rearrange. It's worse or the same. He hasn't done a thing for what goes on the air at 2. Joe don't have a stinking clue about a format that essentially blows sport hole radio. The GM of 560, Jolly Raleigh Joe.
Oh! 20 past 1 at 560 WQAM. It's still 2-0 in the World Cup.
Is that right?
Czech Republic 2 and the U.S. 0. And they've played 63 minutes and 29 seconds for Deuce County. And they're kicking it around there at midfield and kicking it back and forth and about 5 yards over here and 10 yards back there and then backward and forward and sideways. And they're like moseying on up the field very slowly like. And he tried to stick it there and right, but the U.S. kicked it right back and lost it again. Look at that. U.S. just fumbling around like a bunch of school kids. Not looking too good. Uh-oh. Look out now. Oh, geez. About 400 yards over the top of the net. This is the most boring crap, you know?
Well, that's okay, because today is just a great day.
Why is that?
Well, you know, the show is flying by, and I just got news that on Thursday, Chef Abdiel from the Fort Lauderdale Roots, Chris, will be coming in. So we'll be enjoying some steaks on Thursday.
You bastards.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's unbelievable.
So Tommy's going to make sure he's here for that one, too.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be.
Yeah, straight.
For a little ribeye. I thought Tommy was a vegetarian. I thought he liked that herb. That's what I heard. Uh-oh.
Put it in.
Sealed in and out. You couldn't put it in, man. Well, I'm sure that's not the first time you heard that. Well, the Heat got their ass kicked last night. We don't want to revisit that. So we got 2-0. I'll check that again in a little while because I know you're all whipped up to a frenzy about that because the West is playing, eh? And it looks like they're going to get their ass kicked. And the basketball game is long since over. And a hockey game. Now, when's the next game?
What the hell's going on with that series? Like, who's
it's
winning?
2-1 Carolina, man. Nothing could be finer than to beat the crap out of Carolina. Edmonton pulled it out of their butt the other day. They won 2-1 on a very greasy goal there by Ryan Smith toward the end of the game. And is game for tonight or is it tomorrow night in Edmonton? What's tonight?
Tomorrow. Yeah, tonight.
What's tonight? 8 p.m. tonight. You think I'm getting it from you? I'm on Leafs TV, man. It's right there on the bottom of the screen, man. Carolina, Edmonton, 8 p.m. tonight. And I sure hope they don't burn the city up no more there, Edmonton.
Yeah, man.
They didn't burn the city up, but they got a little out of control again there. Those Alberta fans, man, act a little more civilized like we do here in Toronto, eh? No wonder everybody hates Alberta and Saskatchewan. And them all little rednecks out there. They give new meaning to that term cowpoke in Alberta. Oh, they got that great Canadian beef man out there in Alberta. I think some of it's got a little gone a little nuts. 1,194 votes on the poll. Got to be careful now what you say these days.
Go mad.
Yeah, don't say it. 5670560. Come on, let's get these phones sizzling. I realize there's nobody in town, and of course it's raining cats and dogs in a minute. Let me look at that radar. That is the neatest freaking radar.
Well, what do you got? Where'd you go?
I went to, if you Google Miami radar, the very top one, and it takes you to National Weather Service enhanced radar image. That is the neatest damn, and you loop it, you know. You do the old loop. I'm looping it right now. Do I sound a little loopy?
It's pretty generic. I mean,
no, it's not.
What's top of the line about this?
I just like it. It's better than they used to have. But how come it's not moving though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're supposed to hit where it says loop. And now it's taking me out. Well, wait a minute. It's having problems is what it's doing. Oh, there it goes. Just loop it. Loopy. It's not. It's still got a long way to go. I think you're okay. I think you guys will be long gone by the time it really starts coming cats and dogs. But later on this afternoon tonight, look out. Going to get some heavy-duty rains if that baby keeps going. There's a big band there in the Gulf Coast. In the Gulf. Got it?
No.
5670560. So you're getting Ruth Chris on Thursday. Ponies today. And I'm sitting here just with my thumb in my ear. Taking these great calls, though, I will say that. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
And a week from today, I'll be eating some good currywurst in Berlin, no less. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Went on your website and heard the little song about you're an a-hole with all of the political commentary that is excellent.
Yes.
And actually the part that says you're an an-hole is even the best part of it.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That's all.
Oh, good. Good call. WQAM, hello.
I am no man.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Yeah, Neil, have you considered doing any old Stan Mason?
WQAM, hello.
Tommy's eating more meat than Richardson and...
WQAM, hello.
Nothing would be finer than the cup in Carolina, Neil.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Yes, sir. Okay.
I wanted to comment about the latest round of anti-drug commercials on TV.
Yeah.
They got the commercial with a guy sitting there, he's got his hand in his mouth, and the woman's narrating. He says, yesterday my friends told me to smoke pot. Today they told me to stick my hand in my mouth. What type of commercial is that? Is that going to stop anyone from taking drugs? It's the stupidest thing I ever saw.
Stick his hand in his mouth?
It's actually stuck. It's stuck in his mouth. He's in like a doctor's office.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. In other words, he's trying to show you how stupid you have to be to smoke pot. I see. Yeah. Well, it's a little esoteric, for the average pothead.
I can tell you it didn't work very well.
Didn't work for you.
Me neither.
69 minutes. Tommy said he's got a big fat one lit up there right now and work up a good appetite for Thursday, and it's only Monday. 69 minutes, so you can imagine how much he's going to smoke Tuesday and Wednesday. Still 2-0 for the Czech Republic, and we only got 21 minutes left plus the extra time. They're taking their time, extra time. Seriously, it goes to show you, man, they can make fun all they want about anything in America, and rightfully so with Bush in charge and all these Nazis, but when it comes to sports, I will say this, and especially the Brits, but not only the Brits. You look at this cricket and soccer and squash.
What's squash?
Curling. Oh, I don't know. It's squash they play with one of these strange orange, yellow balls. I don't know. I think it's from China. You ever see a strange yellow ball?
Yeah,
but at any rate, I don't know what it is, but you've heard of it, haven't you? Never heard of squash?
I eat squash.
I'm not talking about eating squash. I'm talking about the sport. It's a game. And like curling, okay?
Well,
with all due respect and, for my Canadian buddies here, curling, come on, eh? But football, give me the NFL. Now you're talking a real sport.
Exactly.
Of course, you know where they invented basketball?
Where they invented it?
Yes.
That would be here, no?
No, Canada.
Stop it.
How much you want to bet?
The Canadians
invented basketball. They can't play it worth a crap, but they invented it.
That's interesting.
See, you just learned something. All right, 31:30, you learned something. There you go. When you and Mike Spindell get together for that trivia show starting next Monday. 1 at 560 WQAM. If you're a cigar smoker and like to kick back with a good fat one in your mouth like Tommy does, then Bahia Cigars by Tony Berhani is for you. These hard-to-find cigars are made with first-grade tobacco processed and aged up to 10 years. In fact, I'm aging up to 10 years just doing a show lately under this new regime, man, especially with this sales department and these bozos. They wouldn't know copy from your ass. Bahia is a real boutique cigar maker specializing in small-batch, hard-to-find tobacco. Bahia Gold, the flagship line, gets a 91 rating by Cigar Aficionado Cigar Insider and a 9.1 by Smoke Magazine. This rich-flavored, well-balanced, full-bodied Nicaraguan cigar has got earthy hints of dark roast coffee, chocolate, spice, and pepper flavors. Also be sure to try the Bahia Deseo. The Deseo is the hottest release cigar in the last 10 months. It gets a high rating of 91 by Cigar Aficionado's Cigar Insider, and they know their crap. It's a powerful cigar with complex notes of leather, earth, and pepper. The finish is long and full-bodied with additional spice and a note of charred wood. If you want to save 40% off on the cost of your Bahia cigars, when you call, tell them that Neil Rogers told you to call, and when they finish laughing, they'll take care of you. They'll give you 40% off. Call 1-800-35-BAHIA. That's 1-800-35-BAHIA.
This is Neil Rogers.
Oh, my God.
This is 560 QAM.
Holy
Holy Mackinac! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
It's the story of a man and a secret ancient message.
What is that?
It's some kind of code.
Tom Hanks stars in The Morse Code.
It's just somebody tapping his fingers.
No, it's something more, and I'm going to find out what it is.
It's the film that no one knows how to decipher anymore. The Morse Code.
These dots and dashes mean something.
Yeah, they mean time to invent the telephone.
You'll be asking, what hath God wrought, and where can I get a refund? The Morse Code, rated SOS for DDD.
133 at 560 WQAM. We got 1,217 votes. Are you amazed? That's a lot.
Well, there's so much stuff going on today. I mean,
What do you mean by that? Besides the food coming in Thursday.
Heat. We got the heat.
Oh, yeah, we got the heat.
We got soccer. We got planes blowing up, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, we got that big fire, that oil tanker in Oklahoma. It was lightning. I think God is just pissed off, is what it boils down to.
Neil God!
He's just sticking his fingers all over the place, causing all of this crap to go on. He works in mysterious ways. And his rat wax is hot, baby. His rat wax, he's hot. 1,217 votes. The woman I despise the most is Ann Coulter. She's still got over 50% of all the votes. 619. Almost 51% for that bitch. That hateful sow. Condoleezza, 161. Hillary Clinton, 113. Oprah, 77, speaking of cow. My ex-wife, 61. I hate this bull, 50. Nancy Grace, 36, Fran. Barbara Bush, 20. Joyce has only got 17. Oh, my God. I guess she's got a lot of tough competition there, huh? My mother-in-law, 16. Rita Cosby, 13. Phyllis Shoefly, 13. Star Jones, 10. Rosie O'Donnell, 8. And Barbara Wawa's only got 3. Out of sight, out of mind. Nobody sees that old bag anyway. Who the hell watches The View? Our audience sure as hell don't. Bunch of desperate fat shut-ins watch The View.
That's true.
5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular wireless lines. We got Curtis coming up at 2, Mad Dog at 4. We got UM baseball at 6:59. UM and Ole Miss. It's a treat to beat your feet on the Mississippi mud, whatever that means. You ever hear that song?
Not until today.
From 100 years before you were born. And Eddie K follows UM baseball, which is like a death wish. 5670560. Let's get these. Once that delay catches up, you'll see. WQAM. Hello.
And more breaking news. Ben Roethlisberger crashed his bike up in Pittsburgh, busted his head up. He's still alive.
Oh no. Can you believe that? Wouldn't that be bad if that's really true? Ben Roethlisberger crashed up his bike. It's 3-0. Oh no! The news keeps getting worse.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! There's only this game. This is done. This is finished.
Yeah.
3-0 for the Czech Republic over your USA soccer team at the World Cup. Oh my God! I wonder where they're playing this game. I mean, obviously it's somewhere in Germany. I wonder where is it? Is this one in Nuremberg? No, the Iran game was in Nuremberg.
Now, where are you going?
Berlin. Have you ever heard of that? Ich bin ein Berliner. Have you ever heard of Berlin?
No.
You'd like it there, man. You would like it there. I'll guarantee you that right now.
I would like it a lot of places in Europe.
I'm telling you, you'd like it there. You have never seen so many beautiful women in your life. And guys. The people there I'm just telling you right now. And friendly. People over 40, though, stay away from them. They're still doing that goose stepping. I'm just telling you, man, Berlin is, and of course, thanks to the fact that we bombed it into oblivion at the end of the war, that they had to rebuild the whole city, so it's really modern and sparkling and, upscale, great food. Like that German sausage, man. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. Well, one of these days, man, when you hit the lotto,
yeah,
and you make the rounds, you'll start in Amsterdam, and then you'll hop on a plane, you'll be in Berlin in less than an hour. You and George. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Listen here, is this the pipe smoker? Listen here.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, it's true. That's Roethlisberger. He's out, man. He's
it
dead.
true?
It's true.
No, he's not dead. He's not dead, okay? Stop with the crap. Next he's going to be telling us about Catherine Harris's plane crash. You think Ben Roethlisberger was in some... Google it.
I'm... Okay.
Are you working on it?
I was waiting for I'm watching ESPN for the bottom line to hit in the NFL.
Yeah.
It'll be on there in, a couple minutes.
Well, what do you mean a couple of minutes? We don't have time
I'll
for that.
Google it. I'll Google it.
Google it. I'd love to see the way you're going to spell Roethlisberger, huh? NFL news. How about some NFL news? Can you Google that? NFL.com. If he had some kind of a mishap, I guarantee it'll be on NFL.com faster than you can say Kira Phillips is the Antichrist.
He was injured in a motorcycle crash Monday morning and taken to a hospital. He was alert and conscious. I'm looking. Hang on, I'm reading.
He was alert and conscious?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's something new.
I just wasn't conscious.
Okay, shut up, Shula. That was the brainstem.
That sounded like Wonstadt.
Yeah, that was a shot. You're calling the brainstem Dave Wonstadt?
I said it sounded like him. You
Oh,
sure
my
that's
God.
Shula?
Don Shula, I have him!
Oh!
1,223 votes, and Barbara Wawa's only got 3. They love Barbara. Leave her alone. They like broads with a speech defect. We're old enough to be their grandma. 567, Ben Roethlisberger was involved in a motorcycle mishap. Okay, he's not dead meat. He's not dying over there. He's conscious. He's like that.
He ran into a car, and his head went into the windshield.
Oh, my God. I'll be damned. I always thought he had a good head on his shoulders. Not no more. 3-0 in the World Cup. You're right. This is a pressure-packed day. I can't believe it. And we've already passed the 80-minute mark. This game, and look at that poor Czech guy. He's laying there on the ground holding his knee. Oh, poor baby. To hell with him, man. If you can't beat him, kick their ass. Play dirty. Start gooning it up. That's what the Panthers always used to do. You can't win the game, goon it up. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Uh-huh. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
We play Italy Saturdays. Let's all keep the support up for this USA soccer team.
Yeah. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Whatever happened to Susan Gray and her fish stories?
Susan Gray?
Yeah, and her fish stories.
Who is Susan Gray?
You never heard of her?
No.
She tells some good fish stories.
Okay, well, I'm real happy to hear it. WQAM, hello. How many times did he say that?
About 30, man.
QAM, hello. No, that's it. 567-0560. I thought maybe they could, keep it going right till 2 o'clock so I wouldn't have to, go into my pile. I don't think they can keep it up till 2 o'clock. Aren't you really distraught about that? And U.S. was ranked number 5 in the world and Czech Republic number 6. But I guess that's going to change pretty quick, huh? They're coming right up to the 83-minute mark.
Just looking up at the stands, 1 or 2 USA fans already making for the exit.
Oh, no. They still got 7 minutes left, man, plus the extra time. They can stick 3 of those in there before you can... Yeah, not. No chance. They suck. Almost as bad as the Heat. WQAM, hello.
Can I go to the hospital?
Please. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Was Benny wearing a helmet when he had a mishap?
WQAM, hello.
Susan Gray's a snap.
Yeah, okay, Susan Gray. Do anybody have any idea who Susan Gray is? Huh?
No.
I heard she tells some great fish stories.
That's what I heard, too.
WQAM, hello. Hello.
USA.
Oi!
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Neil, fuck you.
Well, there you go. He must be one of those U.S. Soccer fans, huh?
Pissed off and riled up.
Yeah, really all whipped up. Well, give it a shot, pal. I don't think it's going to work.
This is Neil Rogers.
Welcome.
This is 560 QAM.
This is an ABC News special report.
I've asked for a few minutes of your time to discuss the reform of America's immigration system. Mexico is our neighbor and our friend. America can be an open door to the future. The border should be open to criminals, drug dealers, and terrorists. The men and women of our Border Patrol are doing a fine job, and over the past 5 years, they have apprehended and sent home about 6 people entering America illegally. And most are sent back home within 26 years. Thank you, and good night.
I'll tell you what, the U.S. can't score, but they sure can goon it up. Just after I said that, man, they're smashing guys across the head with their arms, and nothing gets called because they got to keep that clock running, you know?
Well, good.
Yeah, now that's what they're doing. If you can't win, coming up to that 90-minute mark and then a little bit of extra time. It looks like a shutout. Looks like a whitewash. Hear that crowd? Yeah. Just give it back to him. That's good. Smack the American guy in the head.
Further goal for the Czech Republic.
Oh, we're in a time at it already, baby. It's all over but the shouting now. It's all over but the shooting. Oh, now, let's see if the Heat do any better on the replay than they did last night. You think they might?
They might win that one.
You think they're going to win today? Let's give it a shot. Let's see. 4:13 and Raptors TV. 59-42 Mavericks. Looks like the Heat are getting bushwhacked again. Looks like bad news. 567-0560. Let's get a few of these stellar calls in before time runs out. Got that weather alert going on, man. Got a possible hurricane up in the Gulf. plane crash in Tampa. Just all kinds of grotesque. There's that ugly Chad Myers again.
I guess they don't have to worry about it now because the rain is coming down. There'll be a lot of rain. The problem is if you have an 8-inch rainfall deficit, you can't make that back up with one 8-inch rainfall because half of it runs off. It doesn't really count to regenerate the groundwater.
You understand what he's saying?
Tornado watch in
No.
effect for parts of Florida here. There have been 2 reports of tornadoes on the ground this morning and a couple of very large cells. Anytime you see the red around your area, you do want to keep it advised.
If you look around, if you see the red around it, you know you got real tourists coming, baby. 5670560, pound 560, and leave a Verizon Singular wireless line. What are we going to do about that? And that U.S. soccer team, damn it. Things are starting to go south a little bit. WQAM, hello.
Illegal ad in Canada.
WQAM, hello.
I could go for some fish sticks.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Rogers Cable, Howard Stern.
WQAM, hello.
It puts the U.S. soccer team in the basket.
Yeah, let's put your ass in a basket. WQAM, line 9, hello.
Mr. Rogers, I wanted to thank you for the recommendation of American History X.
Yes?
Excellent movie. Excellent
Yes, it
movie.
is.
I didn't see the end coming, though. I thought they were going to get the. I didn't think they would get the younger brother in the.
Don't be giving away the endings now, okay? Don't be giving away the endings of the movie. That's bad. Then nobody will watch it. Schmuck. WQAM, hello.
Well, we used to be blessed in South Florida.
WQAM, hello.
Ba-boom.
QAM, I knew they couldn't do it all the way till 2 o'clock. For a while there, they had us faked out. I knew they couldn't do it. Yeah, they're out of practice, man. They're out of training. See, we went from almost no calls to like looking for a heavy call sweep this week. They just can't do it. Out of material like they've been for like how many years now?
About 30, man.
30 years. WQAM, hello.
Party time.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, you have to get serious.
WQAM, hello.
Dr. Shapiro.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, the crazies are out now, huh, Neil?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That was all he had. He ran out.
Yeah, well, it takes one to know one, baby. Wow. Remember when they got in Cuckoo's Nest when they went fishing, when they escaped, when he hijacked the bus?
Yeah.
And they all went on that big boat and they all went fishing? That's what it's kind of like today.
Yeah, you just give all those guys a cell phone.
Right. WQAM, hello.
Susan Gray's got one hell of a...
Yeah, well, good. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I think the Heat is really out for some vengeance this time around.
All right. Now, that may have been the best call today. I like that. WQAM, hello.
I need electric.
Yeah, you need it, all right. A good blueberry enema sounds good. We'll tell you where to stick the...
Cube.
Wow. WQAM, hello.
I love the smell of my own butt.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. QAM, hello.
Neil, I got to correct you.
Yeah.
Keep saying the word mishap. It's mishap.
WQAM, hello.
Danny, dental floss.
Talk about weak. Man, oh man, this last flurry we've had here, it don't get no weaker than this.
This is the lightning round.
Yeah, this is the sad lightning round. One of the all-time worst. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a quick story about how precarious our freedom is in this so-called free country. My friend was at the Miami courthouse about a week and a half ago for a child custody case. There was a recess in the trial. While he was waiting around, some guy told the cops that he was one of 3 men that abducted him 5 months ago, posing as police officers. They arrested my friend on the word of this scumbag that's never seen my friend in his life.
See, there we go. Can't say that. Not sad?
That's very sad.
That would have been
Tommy's
interesting.
actually, his jaw just dropped and hit the table.
Because we had to dump that?
I didn't know you couldn't say that. Oh, my
Can't
God.
say S-bag.
That's ridiculous.
Tommy knows it's ridiculous. Josh Cordes knows it's ridiculous. Neil Rogers knows it's ridiculous. Everybody in the listening audience, including little children, know it's ridiculous. But Joe Bell and Clarence Darrow, they don't know it's ridiculous, and that's because Joyce don't know it's ridiculous. We can't say D-bag, we can't say S-bag, and you wonder why I'm like psychotic?
Who would have thunk we can't say those words?
Yeah, well, we can say scum, as in, like when you put the chicken soup in the refrigerator overnight in a container and then it gets that layer of scum on top. And we can say bag as it's in the bag, boys, but we just can't say them together. See, you're getting a real good education being in here this week, seeing how low that they've taken all away. And my attorney, by the way, after that great 1-hour meeting on Friday, reports that Clarence Darrow is a handsome young man.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Please stand by.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, my what?
It's Dave in Miami town.
Where the equipment don't work.
Yeah, that's what it was.
WQAM. See, you want to get married? Well, let me give you some advice. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you want to be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew. A Jewish wife is like a curse. I can't think of anything worse. All she ever wants to do is shop. Take your credit card and never stop. Shows no interest at all in sex. She only cares about your paycheck. You are never gonna get laid. You'll regret the commitment you made. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew. When your honeymoon is finally through, there are things she's never gonna do. She only cares about her nails and hair, and not a bit about what's down there. You are gonna feel like a schmuck, 'cause you're never gonna get to find out how it feels to be eternally practicing celibacy. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, get a shiksa to marry you. If you wanna be horny for the rest of your life, always make a Jewish woman your wife. From my personal point of view, you should never marry a Jew.
You fairy. Okay, so let me ask you, did we miss a spot there or something there at the end, or is that just my imagination?
No, I think I just forgot to hit the plus on the rejoin.
Oh, so in other words, it was your bad. And here you're blaming the crappy equipment that we got there, and
Yeah,
the
it could have
engineers
been
are
the
coming in and
equipment,
bitch you out. Yeah, the equipment sucks. Anyway, 1,248 votes on the poll. The woman I despise the most, Ann Coulter, man, there's nobody even close to that bitch. That sow. That 639 votes, 50.9%. Condoleezza, 164. Hillary Clinton, 115. Let me see. Is the game over now? I'm sure the game is over, isn't it? Huh?
I'm looking.
Well, let me take a puke at it. I'm sure the damn thing is over. 3-0 for the Czech Republic. They're busy. The talking heads are talking. The sports talking heads. All done. Oprah, 77. My ex-wife, 61. I hate this pool, 50. Nancy Grace, 37. Babs Bush, 22. Joyce, 19. My mother-in-law, 16. Rita Cosby, 13. Phyllis Shoefly, 13. Rosie O'Donnell, 11. Star Jones, 11. And Bob was still only got 3.
Bye, bye, bye.